Yo, what is going on with everybody? Welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger. Sad Havoc. What is this happy Havoc you're talking about? I really gotta remove that bomb from my stream. Every time I come on the stream, there's always a bomb waiting for me. What the heck? Do people just enjoy blowing me up that much right there? But yes, how's everybody doing tonight? Everybody doing all right? Let's get ready with the second part of Danganronpa Trigger Sad Havoc. There is no happiness here, only sad and madness. So let's get back into the game, shall we? With slot 24, chapter 1. So we got through about a couple of days in this game so far, so let's move on. Let's do it. Let me just do this real quick, and I think I should sound okay. By the way, how's the audio to everybody? Can you hear the game, and can you hear me that well? Let's do a little check before we do. All right. So let's go hang out with some friends. Let's go find somebody to hang out. Oh. Whoa, would you look at that? It's Taka. Hey, Arthur, how you doing? By the way, Arthur, you're right. This is a school, but we don't have any classes. The class is survive, and you fail if you die. So what happened? We're trapped in a school. I'm just getting through the days right now. Nobody died yet, I suppose, so... A fantastic morning, isn't it? Taka? Now then, if you're pardon the interruption, without waiting for a reply, Taka barged into my room. He's just there bouncing in my room. What's up, Taka? What's up, Taka? No matter how intensely the stormy seas may batter me, I will not fall as long as my feet are firmly planted. Hey, Mimi, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. You agree, right? I'm not sure I understand. And if you can't do it alone, just find someone to support you, and you can support them back. That's how you can overcome any storm. I was thinking about it last night, and I decided we all need to really come together. And that's when I realized, every morning from now on, after the morning announcement, everyone should have breakfast together so we don't kill each other over a bowl of cereal. Right, chat? If we were in school together, you would not kill me, right? I'm going to ask this every time, and I'll keep a lookout for those who want to kill me, and those who won't kill me. So you better watch what you say. You better watch what you say, and say what you watch.
Quiet down and listen.
And now is the beginning of that fateful day. Please head to the dining hall at your earliest convenience.
Got it.
That's all for now. I have to go let everyone else know the good news. Taka didn't even wait for a reply. He turned and left before I could say a thing. A sweet person like me? Excuse me? I am a sloth? You kill for a bagel with cream cheese? Blazing Ice, you and I have the same track of mind. Especially if it's a toasted bagel with cream cheese. Come on. I guess I better head to the dining hall. Let's get the heck out of here. But yeah, how can anyone die with music like this, right? Come on, the music is so good. Why would you kill for music like this? Oh. Hello, Toko. Toko?
What's your problem?
What? Oh, I was just wondering what you were doing here. You probably should head to the dining hall, right? I know, I just need to prepare myself mentally. Prepare herself? What is she talking about? Nervous? Wait, what's she about? Has anyone ever felt nervous or something like that? Who has felt nervous? To those who use the voice changers, I cannot hear the voice changing myself. Oh. So you hear the voice changing? I do not. Junko!
Hey!
Makoto, can any of you guys get a freaking clue? Huh?
Are you for
My
real?
mascara is totally clumpy. Wait, is it really? Where's the clumpy mascara? Chat, find the clumpy mascara. You was about to say mic bad and then realized to change her. So if I... Wait, did I sound bad? How did I sound like? What did I sound like? I don't want anyone to see me this way, but Taka came and woke me up. It was static. Oh. So imagine there was a voice changer, but instead of the static, it's the rock bottom SpongeBob like Like, I can't understand your accent. Now listen here. I demand a bust to Bikini Bottom. You look just the same as yesterday to me. As if it's like night and day. Sorry. I seriously need to reapply, but there's nothing I can do about it now. Maybe I'll go see if Celeste can hook me up. And that's that. We've been imprisoned here, and that's what she's worried about right now. Hey, if I'm ever imprisoned, I gotta make sure I look up my best right now. So I gotta make sure this stays clean. I gotta make sure I do not smell. And I'm wearing my best mascara. Imagine me just wearing mascara and nobody ever noticed. Hey, what's going on to my buddy Leon? Mr. I don't like baseball. So freaking tired. The heck's wrong with that guy? Did he wake you up too? Yeah, he sure did. I guess he's going around waking up everyone.
You know what I mean.
It's seriously annoying. I'm going back to bed. If anyone needs me, I'll be in my room. I don't think he'll do any good. I'm sure he'll just come bug you again.
Give me a break.
Yeah, probably. Dang it. I guess we better just go then. And that's that. Imagine some guy just running into your room. Wake up. Honey, wake up. New Pixels by Night stream is up. I mean, if you have somebody wake you up for a Pixels by Night stream, you would like that, right? You would, right? Just to make sure if I just ever pop in your room saying, hey, wake up, I'm about to stream. Ooh, he for me. Mr. Fanfic creator. Honey, wake up, the accident wasn't your fault. I just look over and my significant other just disappears right in front of me like, who the heck said that? Good morning. E for me, you don't seem too energetic. How can I be? I got woke up by that annoying, obnoxious, nightmarish guy. This is why I hate 3D so much. That's right, 2D people for the win.
Listen to me.
Okay, looks like everyone's here. So then, let's begin our very first breakfast meeting.
Quiet down and
Everyone,
listen.
thank you for making time in your busy schedules to come together. I didn't make time for crap, you dragged me here. I know I already mentioned this earlier, but in order to get out of here, it's essential that we all cooperate with each other. Danny, you like Ishimaru, you like Taka. Of course you do. And the first step is this breakfast meeting to allow us to become friends and build trust. So from now on, let's all meet here in the dining hall every morning after the morning announcement. Now then, let's eat. Taka is baby. You want me to eat breakfast with other people? I've never done that before, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's been a while for me too.
But more important,
Taka is the best boy of the group, I'll understand why. Yes, they're all gonna be friends, whether you like it or not. Well, anyway, did anyone happen to come up with any clues? Silent echo throughout the dining hall.
seriously?
Seriously? Nothing at all?
Hey,
Anything. It can be about how to get out or who's doing this. Nobody has anything? Well, I know how to get out. That's one way of getting out, right?
are you okay with
You are
this?
going to die.
Huh?
Huh?
Do you
If you can't stop
understand?
yourself from showing weakness in front of others, you will die.
Stop
What,
it.
what the heck? Don't even freaking joke about that. I'm not joking. Adaptability is survivability. Did I not say so? So you better hurry up and adapt to your new life here.
What the hell is this?
Have you gone completely insane? Adapt to my new life here? Do you have any idea what you're saying?
What?
Yeah, sounds like the girl wants to
What?
live here. And heck, more power to her. But dang.
Piece of shit.
No way in heck am I living here. I'm getting out of here. I don't give a crap. Sure, feel free. Okay, so nobody has any clues.
What the heck?
One thing I can tell you is who's behind all this. Someone who's totally weird and messed up. She's talking about me. I'm the weird and messed up one. Why else would we be trapped here in the first place?
Hey, listen.
Well, sure, it could be something like that, but for right now, actual clues are... I think I like Chihiro. Fujisaka seems very like gentle and whatnot. I don't have a favorite yet, but there are some characters I like and some characters that are down the likability scale. Huh? What's up? If you think in terms of people who are really abnormal or bizarre, do you think maybe the person responsible for all this could be a certain murderous fiend? Reaction? A murderous fiend. Chihiro, do you have some idea who might be behind all this? Well, maybe. I mean, I can't really be certain, but certainly is not a concern right now. I'll allow whatever remarks you may have.
You know?
Okay, well, have you guys heard of Genocide Jack? You mean that serial killer that's been in the news and all over the internet? The monstrous villain who murdered scores of victims in brutally bizarre fashion. The word bloodlust was left at each murder scene, written in the victim's own blood. Whoever it is, he's like a ghost. He strikes without warning and disappears without a trace. And on the internet, they started calling him Genocide Jack. Next to, Pixelated Pixel. I don't know who that is, but that sounds very deadly. Be careful of Pixelated Pixel. You do not want to mess with him. That about covers it, I think. And my roommate, Deadly Dana. Be careful of her, too. Right, Danamatic? They say he's claimed over 1,000 victims. That's just an urban legend though, right? I mean, even like 10 people would be totally insane. Anyway, whoever Genocide Jack really is, he's obviously some kind of super crazy killer. And if he really is this ultimate psycho, I wouldn't be surprised if he put together something like this. But like I said, I can't be certain. I don't have any evidence or anything, it's just a thought.
Hey,
But if they're the killer, isn't that like a killer of a problem for us?
Yeah.
It's okay. Everything's absolutely, positively, 100% without a doubt gonna be okay. Because help is gonna be here soon, I'm sure of it. Huh? Help? We've been stuck in here a few days already, right? Nobody's been able to contact us, so I'm sure they're getting worried. I bet they called the police already. That is the laugh of a bear. The way he just pops up. The police? You're putting your faith in the police? What are you doing here? You guys, seriously? Do you understand what role the police exist to fill? All they're good for is being a foil, playing against a villain or anti-hero or evil organization. The bad guys come along and destroy them, and that shows just that's how badass they really are. Are you sure you really want to rely on such an unreliable group of losers? I mean, come on, if you really, really want to get out of here, all you gotta do is kill. Kill!
what the hell?
Why the heck are you laughing?
You know?
I'm just impressed at the total commitment to this whole act.
Come on.
You're still going on about that?
You're fucking dead.
Ah, Mr. Serial Killer Psycho Freak Jerk, what the heck do you want? Mr. Serial Killer Psycho Freak Jerk, huh? That's a pretty long name. German, maybe?
Hey, come on.
We know who you really are. Maybe if I ignore him, he'll just go away.
You son of
Hey,
a
don't
bitch.
ignore me, jerk! Okay, let's get back to business. Your life here has already begun, and a couple of days have gone by, and nobody's killing anybody. This is boring. I thought all you kids were lazy and selfish, and here you are working together, but I'm totally bored. There's nothing you can say that'll make us start killing each other.
I got it.
Wait, I think... Yes. Ding, 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 I figured it out.
In other words,
All the mystery ingredients are here. Right people, right place. So why hasn't anyone killed anyone yet? That's what I couldn't understand, but I just realized there was one very important piece missing. What are you... If you want to know, I'll tell you. It's motive. It's so simple. I just have to give everyone a motive.
Stop fucking around.
Motive? What the heck are you talking about?
hey.
Oh, by the way, there's something I want to show you guys.
You son of a
Stop
bitch.
changing the gosh dang subject. I have a little video I'd like you all to see. Oh, but don't worry, it's not some adult video or anything. Seriously, nothing like that. Ooh. It's a special video for each of you showing what's going on outside the school. Outside the school? What are you talking about?
Hello.
Huh. Master's so impatient today. Why don't you just watch it and find out? Here in the school, there's a specific place you can go that has everything you need to watch the video.
Correct.
Good, then we can go watch the video right now. But before we do that, I'd like to know, what are you? Why would you do something like this? What do you want from us? What do I want from you? Well, if you must know. Oh.
Despair.
Despair.
That's all.
That's all. No, actually, he just says despair, that's all, and then you hear this. Like, we're like in a freaking comedy right now. We're just in a sitcom right now. Everybody starts laughing. If you want to know more than that, you'll just have to figure it out yourselves. This bear, oh yes. I want this bear and I want that bear. Do whatever you need to uncover the mystery hidden within the school. I won't try and stop you. Because to be honest, it's entertaining as heck watching you guys search so desperately for answers. So I guess I want amusement from you too. Just goes down. So chat, the way he comes up and goes down, I believe he's clipping through the floor. So just out of nowhere, a bear just clips through the floor and you're like, what? He's gone. And once again, he left before we could find out anything useful.
Is that right?
Really, I think we learned something very useful. He has no intention of standing in the way of our pursuit of the truth. Interesting.
However,
Perhaps, but what about the video he mentioned? I'm very curious to see what's on it.
that's true.
Same here. Okay, so Mondo started glancing around the dining hall, but when his gaze landed on me, he stopped.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Makoto, check this out for us, would ya? Oh, why me?
Yo,
Because you're the closest to the door. That's the rule, right? Rule?
Jesus.
Hey, hey. Hey, 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 hey.
Piece of shit.
Hey!
Stop fucking
You see how
around.
passionately I'm begging you? What's the big deal? Just check it out real quick. That face right there. He is tired of me already. One look at me and he's exhausted. It's okay, I guess I'll get going then.
Hell yeah.
Awesome, thanks, I owe you one.
Hey,
If Makoto's going, I'm going with him. It's not safe to walk around this place alone.
Yo,
Yeah, sure thing. Then we're counting on the both of ya. If anything happens, just yell and I'll come running. Oh boy. If this were any other game, this would be a date montage or something like that, right? But it's not a dating sim, I think. I can't decide if Mondo's totally dependable or completely terrible. Yeah, I have to say he's kind of both. He's not exactly a bad person, but I definitely can't say he's a good person either. He's a neutral person. So then, where's this specific place Monokuma mentioned? It must be somewhere you can watch DVDs. DVDs? We only watch Blu-rays here, thank you? If it's a place to set up to watch DVDs, then we gotta go to the AV room. I know there's an AV room here, so can we go upstairs? Or oh wait, we have to go through the other gate, don't we? Let's do that. What's a Blu-ray? It's a laser that you get blown up from the sky, but it's blue. By the way, chat, how is everybody doing this weekend? Everybody having a good weekend this weekend? Here we go. The AV room. The audience violence room. That's right, the audience violence room, where we get to violently hurt everything. Monocam. A surveillance camera. I hate the idea that someone might be watching me right now. I have to keep in mind that it's against school regulations to mess with any of the cameras. As much as it gets on my nerves, I better leave it alone. Oh yeah, Paper Mario 64 is on the Switch Online app. I'm enjoying it. Maybe you finished Dragon Maid? Which one, Season 1 or 2? Huh, there's something inside this box. It's a bunch of DVDs, and each one has a label on it with somebody's name. This must be the video for each of us he's mentioned. I better go tell everyone. She just ran off. I didn't follow after, I just stood right there where I was. The DVDs in front of me have robbed me of all awareness. I was rooted in place. Oh, you saw Season 1. Oh, wait till you get to Season 2, Mimi. It's great. Season 2 of Dragon Maid is great, though. I think I see something. Do we just look again? It's the cardboard box the DVDs were in. Don't watch, it's a trap. What do you mean, fandom? What do you mean? Also, hello. Next to the monitor is a high-end DVD player. He'll probably play those DVDs no problem. Maybe I'll just watch mine real quick before everyone else gets here. I sorted through the DVDs I found in the box and found the one with my name on it. Pixels by Night. I open it up. There's no CD in there. I have no life to begin with. I have no life. Then I slid it into the expensive-looking player that cost $2. I sat down and stared intently at the darkened screen, and then... Oh, is this Mi Familia? Oh, Mob Psycho? Oh, I've seen the Mob Psycho anime so far. I'm glad they're releasing a third season. Mob Psycho of an anime. I yelled out without realizing it. My heart started racing because what I saw on that monitor, it was my family.
You getting picked to attend Hope's Peak Academy is like a dream come true. Make sure you do your best.
Oh, were they recording like a graduation, like a congratulation video? Like, oh, your son got into the school. Record yourself doing this. It's blackmail. It's blackmail.
So proud of you, son. But remember, don't push yourself too hard.
Are you really watching this, Makoto? Good luck, okay?
Oh, so it's like, oh yeah, here's the motive. If you don't kill, I'll kill your family. Kill your family. Fandom, you know, okay, gotcha. I appreciate the no spoilers, but it's like, do people have to really remind me that you're not gonna spoil me? Because somehow, it's like someone is gonna let it slip that Makoto is not really a human. He's actually a test tube experiment. If it had ended there, that would have been fine. A message of love and support. After leaving my family behind to attend Hope's Peak, it would have given me hope, given me strength. If this was a normal school, I would have been happy, if a little embarrassed. Makoto is a Makoto, what the flip does that mean? With my family support to rely on, I would have been motivated to do even better. But here now, it was totally different. The beat just dropped. But here now, it was totally different. I wasn't living an ordinary school life, so I had a pretty strong feeling that the video wasn't going to end there. I hated having that feeling, but it turned out I was absolutely right. Oh! Holy flip! This time, and even that time when I got blown up, I couldn't even make a sound. Hey Sako, how you doing? My voice just died. Where'd everyone go? It looks like a war zone or something. As if in a reply, a voice came floating out of the speakers. I recognized the voice. It was him.
Makoto Naegi accepted into Hope's Peak Academy and his family who supported such a lucky boy. But it seems like something happened to this family's well-being.
Oh boy.
This is bad. What could have possibly happened to this family's well-being?
Fine, what? Look for the answer after graduation. Wait, what? So, I literally have to kill somebody, otherwise my family could be killed. What is this? What happened to everyone? I started trembling. I could feel the fear and anger building up inside me like hot magma. God dang it! I slammed my fist against the desk over and over again. A single thought was racing through my mind. What else? How could I think about anything else? I have to get out of here. I have to get out right now. I need to make sure everyone is safe. Makoto? We all have a motive. We all know what that means. It's time to do a little killing, a little stabbing with a little needle. We get a little hammer. I'm gonna take some scissors and I'm gonna stab him in the heart. Sucker, you doing okay? A little unstable because of stress and family issues. But I hope this stream helps you out even just a little bit though. It's good to see you here. What happened? Make sure who's safe. I noticed everyone standing around the entrance to the AV room. They stared at me, faces full of confusion. What's going on? Without a word, I pointed to the box. I just pointed and said, box. I pointed over to the board and said, kill! And then the board flipped over, ding, and I screamed. Is that what Monokuma was talking about? What's on them? They all gathered around the box, and each of them grabbed the DVD with their name on it. One by one, they each rushed to a monitor. It didn't take long for them to react. What the? This can't be real, right? It has to be fake, right? Yeah, no way it's real. No way. I can't take it anymore. I can't take this anymore. Let me out of here. As soon as I saw the reactions, I knew they all seen something like what I'd seen. Nobody even bothered trying to hide their fear and confusion. Except for her. Even now, she was totally calm.
I see.
Kyoko? Why is she calm? I see, so this is what he meant by motive. He wants to fuel our desire to leave so that we're more likely to start killing each other.
Yes, indeed.
It is the classic prisoner's dilemma. Huh? Let me use an example. Imagine two countries on the brink of war, but both countries want peace and each commits to scaling back their forces as a sign of good faith. But there's a chance that one country may betray the other, so like Among Us, so each country fears lowering their guard, like Among Us. The result is that neither scales back their forces and they both end up betraying each other, like Among Us.
Do you understand?
In other words, the fear of invisible treachery becomes the greatest enemy of stability, being sus. That kind of sounds like us right now. Everyone says to work together, but in our hearts, we're all afraid someone might betray us. Don't put those awful thoughts in our head. That's exactly what they want us to do.
Huh?
You can say that, but maybe you're thinking that once everyone drops their guard, you can just...
What is this? Hey.
This is exactly what Monokuma or whoever's behind this wants. They want us to fight, don't you see? Yeah, you're right. We all need to calm down.
So then,
Okay then, maybe we should start by just talking. Have an emergency meeting. Maybe if we all just talk about what we saw, that would help get everyone out of their system. Besides, I think we're all super curious, right? I wonder what was in everyone's videos. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious. Hey, Sayaka. What was in your video, Sayaka?
what's your problem?
What's wrong? Just hurry up and tell us. By the way, chat, you know what would be in my video, though? If Monokuma put me into school and I saw my video and it said, "What a lovely YouTube channel." It would be weird if it suddenly closed down. Find out after graduating. Sayaka? I gently placed my hand on her shoulder and I said, "Sup?" Stop it! She pushed my hand away and suddenly ran off. Sayaka?
That's enough.
Let her go. I can't do that. I have to go make sure she's okay. I hate romantic comedies like this. I don't care what happens to her personally.
What?
That's because you're totally thoughtless. I'm really worried. Then why don't you do whatever you think you have to do? We don't have to stick around together, right?
I hope you are well.
You gotta head out to get dinner. Alright, Firebrand, see ya. Speaking of which, I have my own things to take care of. Goodbye. Everyone went their separate ways, but I don't have time to worry about them right now. I have to go find Sayaka. Everybody just pops out. Were you guys hiding behind a desk or something, you weirdos? But yeah, Mimi, I'm looking forward to the next Spider-Verse movie. It's gonna be amazing. Where could she have gone? She can't have gone far. I should check around the school. Sayaka! Sayaka-chan! Where could you be? Where is she? She can't be far. Oh, there's just Leon. I'm not gonna tell you, that's all there is to it. What? I'm not gonna tell you, no way, heck no, no way in heck. You're just acting all nice, so we'll tell you what you want to hear. You can't fool me.
What the hell?
Dang it, how the heck did they get footage of that? Man, it must be really bad then. It looks like some kind of mailbox, but there's nothing in it. But I get a coin. I really have to look around a lot of things so I can get coins, chat. I really want coins. A surveillance camera, and there's what I can only assume is a gun attached to it. Oh, so there's guns. Guns, chat, guns. Whoever would have thought there'd be guns here? In a game like this, why would there be guns? We should be in the gym. Let's go check it out. Who's in the gym? Ah, Junko.
But more
Hey
important,
Makoto, aren't you like super curious what's in everyone's videos? I mean, I can't say I'm not curious. Right, I could totally tell. But does that mean you're gonna tell me what was in yours? Who knows, it all depends what kind of mood I'm in, you know? I don't think she's gonna tell me. Nobody's in the mood to tell me what's on the video. But I wanna know where Sayaka is. Sayaka! She's not here. But there's just a bunch of balls around, I guess. There's not much to search here, is there? Alright. Let's leave that gym and get the heck out of here. I really like how the room loads in every time. I just love how it just pops in and out and all that stuff. It's so cool. Maybe she's in the girls' bathroom. Obviously, I can't go in. Well, what about the boys' bathroom? Maybe somebody could be in here. Nobody's in here. Why is nobody using the bathroom? When people are freaking out, one place you do hide in is the bathroom. What the heck is this room? Oh, the nurse's office. I suppose it's the nurse's office. Maybe Sayaka's buying stuff at the Mono store. Or maybe I can get more treasures this way. Let's do the Mono machine. Mono. All right, gachapon, let's go. Let's do it. Anything new? We got bloomers? All right, I guess I got ladies' underwear. I guess that was interesting. I got a bag of potato chips. I hope we do not get a repeat. The odds are so low. Dang it, we got a repeat. We already got a repeat at 6%, chat. Really? At 6%? The odds were so low. And I ended up with a repeat at 6%. Great. I jinxed myself. I did. Fantastic, isn't it? Wouldn't it be so easy to win in the killing game if you bought that suit of armor? Oh, she's scared. She's definitely scared. I found her in one corner of an empty classroom. She was sitting in a chair, hands on her knees, staring absently at the floor. She looked like maybe she was upset, or angry, or no. She didn't have any expression at all. There was nothing on her face that you could tell you can call emotion. It was as if her original mask had been stripped away. Sayaka, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Actually, no, how could I possibly be fine? What did we do to end up like this? Why are they doing such terrible things to us? I want out. Let me out of here right now. Sayaka, calm down. As she thrashed around, I grabbed her by the shoulders and said, "Sup," again. I understand. I know how you feel right now when I think what might have happened to my family. But now more than ever, we have to stay calm. Mask stripped away, is that a Persona 5 reference? Oh, chat. Everything in you is just Persona, isn't it? It's not like I'm a Persona channel or anything. This is exactly what they want. They want us to lose our composure and stop thinking rationally. Think about it. Those videos have to be fake. Because if those things had really have happened, people out there will be in an uproar. Our families, the police, everyone. Right? So let's just calm down, okay? Everything's a reference? Oh, really? Then what am I a reference to then? Come on, chat. If everything's a reference, what am I a reference to? Otherwise, we've already lost. I knew I was trying to convince myself just as much as her. I kept repeating those words to myself to clear away the images that have been burned into my brain. I'm a reference to a koala? I'll take it. Be calm, okay? Just be calm. As long as we work together, I'm sure we can find some way out of here. And help might even come before that. But what if there isn't a way out? What if help never comes? If that happens, then I'll get you out of here myself no matter what it takes. And when I said that, I died. I had no idea what had come over me. I became a Chad. Whoa.
Sayaka?
Please, help me.
Her voice was small and shaky.
Why? Why is this happening to me? To kill or be killed? I just can't take this anymore.
Wait, didn't a flower say that before? Is kill or be killed? I swore a flower said that same thing before.
Sayaka.
Finally, she raised her face up from my chest. She looked at me with those big, wet eyes. Ew, what the big, wet eyes?
Makoto.
Can I believe what you said? Huh? That you'll help me get out? No matter what it takes? Absolutely. Makoto, you're the only one I can trust, so please.
No matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
Huh? Of course I'll be there for you. No matter what, I'm always on your side. I mean, you are my assistant after all. Hey, Jokey, how you doing?
Makoto,
Thank you, Makoto. Hearing you say that, I feel like I can keep going. I can get through this as long as you're here with me.
Because I'm your assistant.
Like you said, I'm your assistant. Okay, Sayaka Maizono, let's go. The smile I come to know so well returned to her face. It felt a little forced, but still, it was a huge improvement over how she was before. What?
Hey!
It's standing up. Wait, what? Makoto is standing up. Wait, what's standing up?
Come on.
Do you even have to ask?
Yes.
Wow, I was not expecting, wow. Your flagpole. Get the heck out of here. No, you want to join... Dang, well, if you won't leave, then tell us what the heck is up with those videos. That's about to come. What? You're... Wow! I pulled out my fist, took aim, and swung as hard as I could. I had never put so much energy into a single motion before in my life. I leaned back, channeling all my power, and let go of everything I had. Ah! Oh, goodness. That was a lot. Are you okay? If I hadn't avoided your punch, you would have just violated school regulations. But boy, are you slow. I could have downed $1,000 full course dinner in the time it took you to finish your swing. Your speed, agility, alertness, passion, boldness, sense of despair, antagonization, it's all lacking. Jeez, he's gone. Alright, so, Joe, you just finished episode 1000. How fast were you watching these videos? I'm at 9:43 myself. What the heck was that just now? He just wanted to mess with us. The stuffing! Well, for now, you want to just head back? Yeah. What the heck? I was not expecting a sign like, what scene was that? If that's just one of the many scenes I'm gonna see in this series. Oh, I'm not ready for that. Monokuma had just come along and swiftly destroyed the good mood we just created. Sayaka and I headed back to the dorms. Monokuma, I appreciate the thought, but I do not like toys like that. You should get some rest, Sayaka. You still look pretty shaken.
Sorry.
I'm sorry for making you worry about me. You're right, I'm gonna lay down for a bit. With a nod and a small bow, she disappeared into her room. Now on my own, I headed off to tell everyone that Sayaka was okay. 20 episodes at a time, holy flip, but congrats on catching up. Once that was done, I decided to go back to my room. It was hard to think after watching that deranged video. I needed some rest of my own. Yeah, and now I have PTSD of Monokuma now asking about the flagpole. Jeez. Seriously, what is going on here? There's just so many problems. I can't even decide what the biggest problem is. That we're trapped in here? That what I saw in the video might be real? Monokuma? What the mastermind has in store for us? Or are we our biggest problem? I want to get out of here, but I can never kill someone. Do the others all feel the same? Yeah, that's definitely the biggest problem right now. Wow. Oh, wait, hold on. We got a ding-dong. Huh? It's Monokuma. Well, remember what we talked about earlier? When I opened my eyes, they darted immediately to the clock. It's almost 10 o'clock. I fell asleep without even realizing it. Nighttime's about to start. So how come someone's here? Who's at the door? It's... Sayaka. I'm really sorry to come by so late. Sayaka? The girl in my room? Sayaka, what are you doing out so late? That's when I noticed her body was trembling. Is everything okay?
It was so strange.
Sorry to bother you, but something really weird just happened. Something weird?
Makoto.
Just a little while ago, I was laying down in my bed, and all of a sudden, my door started rattling and shaking. Her voice sounded like all the air had been squeezed out of her lungs. Just hearing her talk made me tense
I
up.
was so scared.
It was like someone was trying to force the door open. My door was locked, so they couldn't get in, of course. But they started shaking the door harder and harder. I was so scared I couldn't even move. So what happened? After a while, it just stopped. I let some time go by, then I got up and opened the door to check outside.
Makoto.
But there was nobody there. Someone tried to force their way into your room? But who would do something like that?
I mean,
It's not like I'm sus of anyone here, but still, it makes me nervous. What if something like that happened in the middle of the night? What would I do then? You don't have to worry about that, right? I mean, we can't go outside during nighttime. But that's just a promise we made, right? If someone decided to break that promise, then, why don't you stay in my room tonight? Would that make you feel a little better? What? All it said in the school regulation was that we had to sleep in the dorm rooms, right? It didn't state specifically which room each person had to sleep in, so...
hey,
But two people sharing one room is, you know... Oh, geez, I'm sorry. I didn't even think about that. Honestly, that didn't even cross my mind. It did. Spoilers, it did. No, I know, me either. It's not even that I mind the idea, but... if you don't mind, could we maybe switch rooms just for tonight? Switch rooms? If it'll help you put your mind at ease, then it's totally fine with me. But I don't mind you staying in my room, but... Are you sure you're okay with me staying in yours? That doesn't, like, concern you. It's fine, I trust you. In that case, then... Something tells me this is not going to go well. Something's gonna happen. This is getting way too eventful.
Announcement. It is now 10 p.m.
He's still drinking that same glass of fruit punch.
As such, it is officially nighttime.
I mean, it is nighttime, but it's like 6:47 right now.
Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then. Sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Don't let them little Kumas bite. Oh man, it's already nighttime. Okay, so it's settled. I'll head to your room right now. Oh, if we're gonna trade rooms, we better trade keys too. That's right, we'll have to trade keys. Again?
like I said,
I'm psychic. Lol. Hey, aren't you gonna say you were just kidding? What if I wasn't just kidding? Something resembling a smile had made its way to her face. How am I enjoying it so far? Not really. Thank goodness, it looks like she's already started to get back to normal. Okay, we better trade keys then.
Okay.
Yep, let's do it. I'm joking, I'm liking this game. But that Monokuma scene though. We exchanged keys, and when I looked back up at her again, there was another word expression there. Makoto, please be careful. If someone comes to the door, don't open it no matter what. Hold on, I just gotta make sure this looks right. Every time I look over, it's like, is this on correctly? I won't. The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching? Oh, by the way, just so you know, my bathroom door tends to get stuck. There's a little trick to opening it. You have to turn the knob, then lift up on the door while you pull it out. Just do that and the door should open no problem. Okay, but the showers don't work during nighttime anyway, right? Oh, that's right. Wait, what about the toilets? If there's no water running... That's right, I totally forgot. But I guess I might use it when I get up in the morning, so thank you. Okay, well, I better get going. See you tomorrow, Sayaka.
Hey,
Oh, and about what I said before. When I said I was psychic, it really was a joke. Honestly, I'm just very perceptive. Yeah, I know. Good night, then. See you in the morning. Sayaka gave me one last parting smile, and then I headed off to my room. Oh, boy. I looked around as soon as I got out into the hall. Everyone else's doors were closed. There was no sign of life. Good, there's nobody here. Making sure nobody was around to spot me, I rushed into Sayaka's room. Oh my goodness, it's a room! So this is Sayaka's room. Doesn't look really different than mine. It smells nice though. Might as well start snooping. My room came with a toolkit, but Sayaka has a sewing kit, just like the note said. And next to it is the map of the body's vital organs. I'll need that though. What's in the bin? It's kind of weird to dig through other people's trash, but I couldn't help taking a quick peek. There wasn't any doubt about it. It was the DVD with her name on it. That reminds me, I never did get a chance to find out what was in her video. But it's probably best if I wait until she brings it up again. Wait, there was something... Oh, that was the door, gotcha. Does her bathroom work? If I remember right, all the girls' private bathrooms have locks on them. I'm a little reluctant to go in, because it's for girls. I don't think Sayaka will like me snooping around too much. I should probably go to bed soon. As I lowered myself onto Sayaka's bed, a pleasant fragrance enveloped me. Sayaka's scent. Maybe it'll bring me some sweet dreams. She smells like roses. Feeling a little better than before, I fell asleep. Monokuma Theater! Yay! Imagine you're on a big spaceship in the middle of an intergalactic adventure. You've heard of Noah's Ark, right? We're sort of like that. We've set sail and left Earth behind. Here you don't have to worry about crazy neighbors, corrupt cops, drunk drivers, or pyromaniacs. You don't have to worry about the ozone layer or asthma-inducing air pollution. And of course, you don't have to stress about studying for finals or practicing for the big game, but even our divine world of freedom has a few rules. After all, freedom can only exist because of rules. If you're really dead set on returning to that tiny piece of dog poop you call Earth, please do your best to follow the rules. I hope I made myself perfectly clear. So then,
let's everyone do our best to follow these new guidelines and live happily ever after together!
That's right, chat. Rules exist for a reason. Boop, 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 boop. Bing bong. Another wonderful day at High Hope. Hope's Peak.
Good morning, everyone. It is now 7 a.m. and nighttime is officially over. Time to rise and shine. Get ready to greet another beautiful day.
So Monokuma says beautiful day, then he releases the bees. The bees are out! That's not what I mean by beautiful. I sat up, still half asleep, and rubbed my eyes. Slowly, I pulled myself out of bed. I remembered I was in Sayaka's room. Wait, Sayaka's room with no Sayaka? Sayaka, but no room? I just remembered, but I promised to eat breakfast with everyone else. I better get going. I left Sayaka's room and made my way toward the dining hall. It could be worse. The bees could ask if you like jazz. Fandom, the way you're just saying it, I'm not going to ask at all. I just want to play the game. A few people had already gathered at the dining hall by the time I got there. Hello, Makoto, and good morning. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Zzz. I was the very first one here this morning. Good morning.
Hey, Makoto.
Morning. I suppose I'm early. I figured everyone who had arrived on time could be considered model high schoolers, and the ones who showed up a little late. The ones who just popped up. Yo. Sorry I'm late. My makeup just would not cooperate this morning. I know. Hold on, I just gotta fix myself up real quick.
Well,
My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. My morning duty took a little longer than usual. He was taking a piece. We're the types with a more relaxed sense of time. Most high schoolers fall into this category. And finally, the ones who kept everyone waiting forever.
Indeed.
I suppose I'm late. Good morning, everyone. My bad, guys. Slept right through my alarm.
What's your
What,
problem?
is it so awful to be late?
Yo.
I didn't oversleep, just so you know. Nope, got lost. I blame the Bermuda Triangle. Don't care about time or other people in general. They're the kind to move at their own pace. But regardless, everyone had arrived. But wait, we're missing one. Where's the beautiful Sayaka? At least that's how it was supposed to go. Wait, aren't we still missing some people? Yeah, Sayaka and Byakuga aren't here. Those two, though. I don't know about Byakuga, but I would definitely put Sayaka in the model high schooler category. So for her to be so late.
What?
Hey Rodrigo, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. What's going on? Did something happen? Byakuga, but no Sayaka?
Yo.
Hey man, have you seen Sayaka? Why would I? I just came straight from my room to here. Did she forget about our breakfast promise?
However,
I got the sense she always has her stuff together. Listening to everyone talk like that, a small dark speck of unease rose up inside of me. And that speck started to grow quickly. I need to go. I have to check on her. The words had barely left my lips before I flew out into the hall. Where I headed first was my room, where I let Sayaka stay for a single night, where she was supposed to be safe. But over the course of that one night... Sayaka, no! The room had been completely transformed. What the heck? Ah, the bathroom door's been torn open. I better check the bathroom. Oh, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I am not ready. Let's take a look inside. Sayaka! Oh. What a horrible way to go. It took me a second to realize that I was screaming. What I saw dug its way through my eyes and buried itself into my brain. And then everything went black. She spilled the pink lemonade. Holy flip, though. It's like, yeah, the way that it was going. So yeah, last night was like, literally, it was literally a death flag. But of course, chat, remember it. Don't be like, oh, Pixel, wait till tomorrow. It's like, can I just be surprised? I want to be surprised. I just want to be surprised. But yeah, Gavin, you're right. I can't get too attached. Sayaka was cool, and of course the cool one has to die. So why am I still alive? When I opened my eyes, I found myself staring at a huge ceiling. It was a ceiling I remembered seeing before. And when I sat up, I saw someone looking at me. Again, it was someone I'd seen before. Oh. Oh no. They called an emergency meeting. They're gonna suss me out. You're awake, finally. Are you okay? Now's no time for sleeping. Get your butt up. Huh? You were unconscious, dude. I had to carry you back here.
Well,
It's no surprise considering what happened. What happened? Sayaka! Hey, are you okay? So it wasn't a dream? What I saw, it was real? That's right, it really did happen. Sayaka is dead. So the pain begins now, huh? The pain begins now. I cannot wait to experience more pain with you, chat. A deep, dark despair worked its way through my body and then exploded out of me. I shot up and took off running. Hey, where do you think you're going? I have to see for myself. I have to see if Sayaka is...
just give up.
You can check once, twice, 1,000 times. Sayaka is completely and dead. No, I have to see for myself.
Why?
Listen to us, man. What do you think is gonna happen if you go out there? Well, what good is it gonna do just sitting around here? I mean, why are we all hanging out in the gym at a time like this? Our friend Sayaka, she's dead. Dead. When I said that, it finally hit me. I realized she really was gone.
calm down.
None of us want to be here right now either. Then why? Shouldn't be obvious. Monokuma told us to come here. Well, hold on, don't talk like that. We all protested it. I mean, we remember the terrible price Sayaka had to pay. But
So...
I'm the one who convinced them to come. Right now, we need to do whatever he says. We're his prisoners, right? It's not a good idea to defy him without reason.
Right.
We don't need to make any more sacrifices than we already have. Why should we listen to anything he has to say? It's obvious he's the one who killed Sayaka. Nope.
Wrong.
I would never do that. If you can believe anything, you can believe that. Alright, Rodrigo, if I gotta find a new girl, Monokuma's my new girl. Mono woman, there we go. He's here again.
Hey.
Unless someone violates a school regulation, I absolutely will not interfere. I can promise you, I won't do anything that goes against the purpose of your school life here.
Listen up.
I'm famous at safari parks throughout the world for following the Bear Times 1 rule.
But
Then who did it? Who killed her?
come on.
You already know the answer. The one who killed her is one of you. Nobody had a reply for that. One of us killed Sayaka? Don't be stupid. That's...
What?
What's the matter? You guys all look like you're about to see a dove get shot up with a Gatling gun. Do you remember what I told you when this all began? One of you decided to kill Sayaka so that you can graduate. Someone's just following the rules. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well,
You're lying, right? Of course he's lying. I'm telling you, he killed her.
wrong.
Nope, sorry. One of you is now a bona fide killer, plus ratioed. If they wanted to, the one who did it could testify to that little fact. What? Without thinking, I looked at everyone. They all had the same look on their faces. Everyone looked at each other with a combination of fear, suspicion, and confusion. Oh yeah, and didn't ask. Ratio and didn't ask. Are you serious? Someone killed someone? It is amazing what people are capable of.
Just hold
Hey,
on.
hold on. Don't just assume he's telling the truth.
Stop talking.
That's enough. Before we do anything else, I'd like to confirm something with the stuffed animal here. If one of us really did kill it, that person gets to graduate, right? Huh?
Come on.
Don't play dumb, that's what you said, isn't it? If I killed someone, I get to leave, says Byakuga, killer. I gotta say, Monokuma has one of the best laughs I've ever heard, chat. Like, try to change my mind.
What?
Why are you laughing? It's cuz naive. You're just so naive. You think it's really that easy? You can just kill someone and waltz on out of here? You're super naive, devilishly naive, hellishly naive. No, 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 the real thing has just begun. The real thing?
Now then.
Are you ready? Allow me to explain the second part of the rule regarding graduation. Just like I explained before, you must kill someone if you want to leave. However, even if you do that, there's still one more part to the agreement you have to uphold, remember?
Then perhaps...
You're referring to rule number 6 of the school regulations. If you are the Blacken that committed the murder, you can't be found out by the other students. That is what you're talking about, is it not? We're gonna play Among Us!
In other words,
Bingo, it's not enough to just kill someone, you have to actually get away with it. Which naturally means you need a system in place to assess whether or not it's being gotten away with. So a certain amount of time after a murder has taken place, a class trial will begin? So it's basically more violent Phoenix Wright. Class trial? Yep, it'll begin a few hours after the murder. Everyone will gather together, including the Blacken who committed the murder, and they and the spotless students will engage in one big debate showdown.
during the trial, you'll have to present your arguments about who you think the Blackened is.
Chat, I got a question. I got one question. Why is this side full of Adachis? There's nothing but Adachi.
And once everything comes to an end, the outcome will be decided by popular vote. If the answer you've arrived at is correct, only the one that disturbed your peace will be punished. The rest may continue their communal life.
So basically, if we found out the person, they'll be punished, which means they might be dead. So we might lose 2 people at the end of this. Well, we already lost 1.
Poorly, then the one who got away with murder will survive, and the rest of you will receive your punishment.
Oh man, I had a good day at school. It only lasted 1 week. Everybody else just died.
Which of course
And I
means your
graduated.
school life will come to an end.
And then the last person dies, right?
As far as class trial rules go, that's all there is to it.
Man, this is gonna be crazy. So, what exactly is this punishment you keep talking about? Well, to put it simply, it's execution. Execution?
What?
And by execution, you mean...
Execution is execution. Execution! Electric chair. Poison gas. Torn apart like a paper plane in a hurricane.
This thing will be so much different with laugh tracks inside. So, to make sure I understand, if we get the culprit right, then only they die, but if we get it wrong, all the rest of us get executed?
Well,
What a smart little chimpanzee you are. Look at you implying you didn't do it without actually saying it. So it's basically what the outside world calls a lay judge system, or an inquisition type thing. You like poison? Same here. Which means you'll be deciding who you think the killer is. But judge carefully because all your lives are on the line. Okay, let me just add the rule I just described to your handbook. Make sure to keep it in mind. We got a new rule. Wait a second. You're freaking insane, you know that? A class trial, what the heck is that? I don't want anything to do with it.
what's this?
Why not?
Stop it!
What do you mean, why not? Why do I have to waste my time trying to figure out who murdered someone? What, are you saying you're not going to participate in the trial? Only punishment awaits such blasphemy. What punishment? I might, I don't know, throw you in a deep, dark, scary prison or something.
Shut the hell up!
Say whatever you want, I'm not going to be part of this. Don't be so selfish.
Believe it.
Stop it!
You're the one being selfish. Kill whoever you want. It's got nothing to do with me. The evil standing here before me, I'm trembling with fear. But I won't give in to such evil. It's my style to stick it out and resist to the very end. If you really want to get out of here, you'll have to go through me first. As he said that, he came charging at us, although it was more of a waddle that sounded like this. Oh no! He's walking towards us! Menacingly! But then... Did you just get stepped on?
Enjoying yourself now.
Are you? Violence against Headmaster Monokuma is not allowed.
Oh yeah!
School regulation. I invoke the mighty summon spell. Help! To me, godly spear, Gungnir.
Gungnir? What?
This wasn't supposed to... Why me?
Oh my god. Oh my god, wow. Suddenly, right at the end, her eyes shot wide open. And just like that, she never moved again.
No way!
That really came out of nowhere. What the? I don't... This can't be real. No way!
Well, man.
Now, I'm painfully aware of the great power and meaning of a promise. I really wanted to keep a corpse from popping up for no good reason, you know? But I guess you all needed to be taught a lesson after all. Ah, what an amazing promise. But now you guys understand, right?
Now you see just how serious I am. Defy me and you get shot full of holes, exploded, buried alive, disintegrated, etc. So, if you don't want that to happen to you, you'd best obey those school regulations.
What the bear do? What the bear doing? The bear did that. Junko's body had been impaled with a bunch of spears. But dang, I did not know he could just summon a bunch of spears out of nowhere. What's next? I summoned a giant meteor from space to crush the whole school and everybody's dead. Boom. An unbelievable amount of blood started pouring out of her body. It was the first time I've ever seen the moment someone's life came to an end. Nobody there could deny what they seen. Junko, who was just a second ago, had been our friend. Oh, my bad. But yes, she died. It was the death of a human being. It's really not all that shocking. She just died, that's all. Just went and died. It's no more remarkable than the inevitable demise of the entire human race. It's just as natural as the eventual end of the world itself. This isn't some superhero comic, so it's not like when you die, you didn't really die. This is reality.
Why?
Why did you have to kill her? Didn't you say you would put her in prison or something? Well, I hope you enjoyed watching the TV when that happened. I changed my mind. No, you've been waiting to kill this entire time. Kill this entire time? Don't be silly. You can't kill time. Or are you being metaphorical? Are you saying I wanted to waste time this whole time? Come on, what do you take me for? I'm Monokuma. Anyway, none of that matters right now. I have something I'd like to give you to help you in your search for the Blackened. This little file has all the info I've gathered about the death in question. I like to call it the court record. Press R for the court record. The Monokuma file. I mean, naturally, you guys aren't experts at this kind of thing, so you can only do so much with a corpse. So instead, I've gathered up everything I know about the circumstances and cause of death. What's that? How do I know the cause of death, you ask? Because the cameras picked up the whole thing. I got to see it all go down. Wait, so you know who killed Sayaka? Of course I do. It was you, Chad. You did it. How dare you kill her? Now I will kill the stream. If I didn't, I couldn't possibly pass a fair and accurate judgment during the trial, now could I?
Correct.
That's a good point. The judge has to be able to make the proper decision. That's somehow comforting.
Well,
Now then, please put your full effort behind your investigation. After all, you don't have any choice but to give it your best shot. Seriously, you don't have a choice. Okay, so we'll meet up for the class trial in a little while. And with that, Monokuma clipped through the floor once again. He left us stunned and confused. He left us at a total loss. .jpg. He left us with Junko's dead body growing colder right in front of us. Why are you saying big shot, chat? Give me the big shot. And for who knows how long, nobody said a word. The fact that Sayaka and Junko were dead was a huge shock, of course. But there was more to it than that. It was also the idea that one of us had actually murdered someone. What about the average size shot? Really, you better stop right there. And that if we didn't find out who it was, we would all die here. We found ourselves in a situation where we couldn't help but look at each other with open sus. It was the worst situation imaginable. And yet, even in such a perversely terrible situation, she didn't show the slightest hint that it had gone to her.
Hey.
Now's no time to wallow in your depression. The worst thing we do right now is lose all faith in each other. Give me the big stuffing. That will lead to the same disastrous result as having total faith in everyone else.
What?
Huh?
In other words.
Cooperation is absolutely key at this point. Who you decide to trust or not trust, of course, is up to you. Continuing to think about and talk about the deceased certainly isn't going to help anything. Saying stuff like that is just... How many times have I told you? Anyone who can't adapt will die. Death is the only thing awaiting those who are unable to or unwilling to adapt. If that happens, you only have yourself to blame.
That's terrible.
What an awful thing to say, especially after what's happened.
Just a second.
Right now, exposing the killer is the most important thing. Because if we don't, we're all going to die here. She's right, we need to begin our search right away.
Of course.
Either way, we can't run away from the situation, so we have no choice but to move forward. We just have to do it, I guess. What other choice do we have? No way in heck am I letting someone kill me. Alright, let's do this. We just have to do it. Everyone kept repeating that sentiment. They were using it like a mantra to give themselves strength. But they're right. We just have to do this. No matter how much we don't want to, we have no choice. If that's what it takes to survive, then that's what we have to do. On top of that, there was something I needed to find out. I had to know why Sayaka had to die. The thing is, Sayaka was in my room, so... Could it possibly be that the person wanted to kill... me? Because I was the main character. I'm the ultimate main character. Why she had to be the one? I'm terrified to find out, but still I have to know. Otherwise, I knew I'd never be able to accept her death. Which is why I don't have any choice. I have to do this. Everybody just started popping up.
Hey,
Before we start searching for Sayaka's killer, we need to decide what to do about securing the crime scene. What do you mean? You're thinking of putting someone on guard duty so no one can disturb the area, aren't you? After all, if the culprit decides to destroy the evidence, we're pretty much screwed.
Hey,
In that case, I don't mind doing it. I don't like having to think anyway. I'll let you guys figure out who killed that chick. Okay, then we can let Mondo look after the scene. Well, no, we just can't leave him there alone.
what?
What? Why the heck not?
Stop talking.
Isn't it obvious if you were the culprit, what's the first thing you would do? Flush the knife in the toilet. By volunteering for guard duty, you're in a position to destroy all the evidence you want. What? Ugh.
so then.
Fine, then I'll stay there on guard duty as well. That way there's no problem. Two-player co-op based defense with the two of them. With their stats, they're totally OP. Since we won't be able to help investigate, we're putting our faith in the rest of you.
But
I'm still pretty freaked out, but I'll try.
what the heck?
I hate this, but still, we don't have a choice. We have to figure out who did it, or else we're all dead. Celeste?
Oh,
Yeah, so you finally noticed. Huh? Noticed what? I was looking through the Monokuma file we received, and I noticed something very obvious and very unusual. Huh? What are you talking about? Go ahead, take a look. Notice anything interesting about where Sayaka died? She died in Makoto's dorm. She's right. Then could it be? All at once, everyone's gaze turned to me. Hold on a second, you've got it all wrong. For just one night, I traded rooms with her. I did it because she was afraid. You expect us to believe that? Just tell us the truth. The look in everyone's eyes had done a complete 180 from just a few minutes earlier. The feeling of sus and fear had returned. In other words, you think I did it? Oh no, they're all looking at me. Everybody except you. Byakuga's not looking at me. Boy, I should probably look at the file myself. Where can I look through the file? In the report card? Where's the Monokuma file? Oh yeah, there's also a new rule though. Once a murder takes place, a class trial will begin shortly thereafter. Participation is mandatory for all surviving students. Don't think you can look at the file yet? Nani? What do you mean, not yet? If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. If the guilty party is not exposed, they alone will graduate and all remaining students will be executed. Additional school rules will be added. Got it, okay. We need to hurry up and figure out who the culprit is. Oh boy, body. I gently placed my hand on Junko's lifeless body. I touched her wrist to check for a pulse like they do in movies and stuff. She really is dead. How can you tell? I really can't tell. There wasn't anything else to say, she was gone. I don't know why you even bothered to check. After those injuries and losing that much blood, frankly, I'd be shocked if she did survive something like that. Huh? Hold on, just wait a second. She's dead, then that means everything that's happened so far is real? For real? It's not a joke or whatever, it's really real? Someone save me, let me out of here. Somebody help me!
What's your
You're just
problem?
now accepting that?
So then.
Are we all done talking? We need to begin our investigation soon. At this point, we should split up. We need to get to the bottom of this and find out who killed Sayaka. We'll have to collect clues to form a foundation, then construct an argument to come to a final decision. If we get this wrong,
So,
well, do I really have to say any more?
actually,
I'd rather you didn't know.
goodbye.
Everyone pray for good luck. With that, Kyoko hurried out of the gym. I'll be going too.
Yo.
Oh yeah, I'm on guard duty, huh? Better head to that scene of the crime. Hey Kane, how you doing? Ah, that's right.
Hey, damn it.
Let me just say this right now. If whatever son of a gun did this here is here right now and they're thinking of destroying that evidence, they better not let me find them. I'll skip the trial and cave their freaking skull in myself. I'm serious. I will screw them up. Letting his deadly words hang in the air, he and Sakura ran off. But I mean, we're not detectives for anything, you know? And we're going to investigate a murder? How do we even do something like that?
Anyway.
We don't really have to do anything in particular. We already know who killed Sayaka. What are you implying?
This is
It was
very
you.
Suspicious.
No. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. Don't come any closer. Are you gonna kill me next? Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to give it a shot. It's not for sure that Makoto's guilty yet. That's true. We may as well at least check to just check. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't help investigate. Wait, why not? I'm not good with blood. All it takes is one glimpse and I black out.
Oh, yeah?
Well, whatever. I don't think anyone was expecting much from you anyway. Alright, I guess I better get going. Wait, but... she died and she didn't black out. What? But it was pointless. Everyone had already left. Are you gonna kill me? I guess it wouldn't hurt to give it a shot. Cracks and knuckles, cracks neck like 20 times like an anime. Pulls out gun. I guess this is it, partner. And their party looks at me has still been filled with sus. Does everyone really think I'm the killer? How did it turn out like this? Seriously, they've got it all wrong. Why do they have to sus me? I have to do something. Otherwise, everyone will...
Execution is execution. Electric chair. Poison gas. Torn apart like a paper plane in a hurricane.
I can't let that happen. I can't let things turn out the way Monokuma wants. All I have to do is find out who really did it. Who really killed Sayaka? Investigate. I guess I should look through the Monokuma file we got before. The victim was Sayaka Maizono. The time of death is estimated to be around 1:30 a.m. The body was discovered in Makoto's room in the dorm. All evidence suggests that the death took place in the bathroom. The cause of death was a stab wound to the abdomen. There was also an injury to her right wrist. Specifically, the wrist appears to have suffered a fracture. We have no choice but to push forward if we want to find out what happened. Somehow, I have to find out the truth so that we can all survive. And for Sayaka, I have to find out how she was killed. Nice. Truth bullets. Ah, I got truth bullets. Let me see my truth bullets. So that's what it is. Gotcha now. Ah, so we gotta get more files then. We need a lot more files. Aren't you gonna help investigate, Chihiro? But I can't leave Junko here. I feel sorry for her. I have to stay with her. Well, that's nice of her to do. Oh, no way. I seriously don't want to die here. I'm begging you, God, Buddha, Mother Earth, Goddess, Space King, Neptune, help me. I don't care who it is, just get me out of here. Hiro doesn't seem prepared to do any kind of investigating right now. I mean, understandable though. So I guess now I should check the room out. By the way, how's everybody in chat doing so far? Everybody holding up all right? We're already about to hit an hour and a half. All right, so might as well just go to my room. So I headed to my room where Sayaka's corpse still remained. I better examine the state of my room a little closer. That might reveal something new. I mean, the lint roller is still there though, that's good. But this bed, what the heck? There were gouges in the bed like someone attacked it. What the heck happened here? Oh wait, did they use the weapon in my drawer? The toolkit is still inside the drawer. I don't see any evidence that it's been used at all. Which makes sense, I guess. I mean, it's mine, and I haven't had any reason to open it. I can't imagine a situation where I need a toolkit like this.
Yo.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, Mondo.
What?
We ain't exactly in the mood to be building freaking furniture, right? So you haven't used yours either, then.
What?
Not just me. Nobody's busted out theirs out yet, as far as I know. Actually, we were talking about it yesterday.
By the way.
None of the guys had opened their toolkits yet, cause like, why would we? Toolkit has been added to the truth bullets. Ah, so it literally is Ace Attorney. It literally is Ace Attorney. That's crazy. I mean, it could be a lie that maybe one of them could have used it, but this is the replica sword I brought back for self-defense. Does this mean it was used in it was used in the attack somehow? And plus, it's been taken out of its sheath. I hadn't actually looked at the blade itself now. I shouldn't be surprised it's coated in gold too. On top of that, some of the gold coating has come off the parts of the blade and the handle. Oh yeah, you can actually see it. Some of the gold is off. Yeah, the handles especially is missing a lot of coating. I remember the coating sticks to you even if you just touch it a little bit. So if we look at people's hands, we'll find out. Replica Sword. My key. There's a key on the ground. It has my name on it, so this must be my room key. If I remember correctly. Ah, that's right. We have to trade keys. When we switch rooms, we switch keys too. So Sayaka would have had the key here in my room the entire time. But wait, if that's true, then how did the killer get into the room in the first place? Could Sayaka have forgotten to lock the door? No, that seems impossible. The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching? Plot twist, it's actually a keyblade. Oh no. When did Sayaka become the heartless or nobody? After saying that, there's no way she would have forgotten to lock it or open it for any reason. Well, maybe she dropped the key somewhere and someone else grabbed it or something? No, that's not possible either. Sayaka wasn't here when we switched rooms. And with how scared she was, she wouldn't have gone walking around, so she couldn't have dropped it. So how did the killer... Don't remind you of the nobodies? Why? Are you a nobody, Blazing Ice? Oh my goodness, that was a... Do you see it? Jeez, that was a lot of stuff. My lint roller. Looking at the lint roller, it looks like there's way less than there was before. Did Sayaka see how dirty my room was and decide to clean up a little? Their movement is so unsettling. How so? Is the display stand the sword was on? And the scratches on the wall. There are scratches and gouges on my walls in bed. Is that evidence of a struggle? It looks like there must have been some kind of fight in my room. Oh, I was right there in the other room. If only I heard something. That would not have been possible. Huh? Don't you remember? All our rooms are completely soundproof. So something could happen in the room right next to you and there's no way you can know. Perhaps this was another of Monokuma's strategies, creating an ideal setting for murder. Alright, there we go. Clearly the killer used no clip to get in, killed Sayaka for an MLG frag montage, but then got distracted trying to kill a bug in the room. That sounds like something that I would do. Exactly what I would do. Sakura, do you think I'm guilty too?
Hey.
I try not to make assumptions like that. I simply don't know whether or not you did this. Whatever decision the rest of you come up with, I will follow your lead. I see. Mondo?
By the way,
You know, I realized something while I was on guard duty. The killer could have already destroyed some evidence, right? Before anyone found the body, I mean. There's a trash room here in the dorms, right? They could have tossed some stuff in there. Yeah, that's definitely possible.
you son of a
That
bitch.
dirty jerk. Anyone who raises their hand to a woman is scum that deserves death. That's what my brother taught me.
You're fucking dead.
So if I ever find the friggin' jerk that did this, I'm gonna pound his face in. But what if it was a girl that did it?
Yo,
That all gets sorted out when the time comes. So wow, can't even be threatening if it was a woman. Hey, Kyoko. I quietly called her name while she was investigating the area, but the game's language is very advertiser-friendly. I know. I'm gonna get monetized the heck out of, aren't I? What are you doing?
Isn't it obvious?
Isn't it obvious?
No.
No, not really.
Really? I'm searching.
Oh, they're voiced.
Searching?
She was down on her knees, carefully inspecting every inch of my room.
Did you lose a contact or something?
I don't know what she's doing exactly, but she seems to be concentrating pretty hard on it. But a few seconds later, she suddenly stood up straight and said, "Are you a clean freak?" Huh? No, I don't think so, but what? Nodding, she glanced around my room one more time.
I see.
Interesting. You're dirty. Wait, what's interesting?
Hey,
Just as I saw, there's something very unusual about your room. Unusual? What do you mean?
so...
I've searched your room from one corner to another, and I didn't find one single strand of hair. Really?
Indeed.
Not one hair from the victim and not one hair from you, even though you've been living in here. You know, now that you mention it, I noticed something while I was looking around before. It looked like the lint roller in my room had been used, but I never touched it. Could someone have used it to...
see.
Very interesting. Your room didn't have a single hair in it, and someone used your lint roller without your knowledge. In other words, someone other than you came in and scrubbed your room clean. Was it Sayaka or the killer?
Well,
That's the question, isn't it? Lint roller! The best evidence in the world! I love the lint roller. Let's roll some lint. The notepad is still here, but I don't think it's relevant right now. Come on, we all love the notepad. I should look around here first. I can check other spots later. What else do I need to check? Well, pretty much everything else. The sheath. This is the replica sword I brought back for self-defense. Does this mean it was used in the attack somehow? And plus, the sword's been taken out, so it's just the sheath, but... Huh? Some scratches on the sheath. They must have been made with something sharp. But how did the sheath get scratched up in the first place? Even if someone used the sword during the struggle, it doesn't make sense for the sheath to be damaged. I mean, if you're gonna attack someone with a sword, the first thing you do is unsheath it. A heavy sheath like this would only get in the way. It could just slide off in the middle of the fight. So why are there scratches on it? And now the device. This is one of the monitors Monokuma appears on. Right now it's just showing the school crest. Did I check every... Alright. I need to know what else I need to look at. The door? I should check the room first of all. That's what I'm trying to do. I think I checked everything, right? Or do I check the camera as well? The mastermind must be using them to keep an eye on everything that's happened here. They don't do anything to stop what's happening. They just keep on watching. If I can leave the room, I checked everything I need. The bathroom. Okay, there we go. And on the other side of this door... No, I can't let it get to me. I can't afford to freeze up now. Forcing myself to push my panic down, I stepped into the bathroom. Good thing I don't have to use the bathroom right now. Looking at her made it painfully clear it wasn't a dream or an illusion. She had lost everything that made her, her. Sayaka. All at once, I was overcome with dizziness, nausea, the urge to burst in tears. But I can't hesitate now. Why? Why did Sayaka have to die? I have to uncover the truth. I have to find out what happened. I wanted to give up, I wanted to collapse, but that thought held me up and supported me. Oh, I gotta investigate. Wait, is there a message? I looked past Sayaka to the wall behind her, and there I saw... Wait, it says Leon? No, wait, it says 11037. Or Leol. Written in blood with the numbers 11037. Did Sayaka do this? I mean, you just looked upside down and that's it. It's literally the Maya message from Phoenix Wright. I told myself I simply couldn't face what I saw, but now's no time to think like that. I pulled out the Monokuma file to verify what it said about her body. Some sort of sharp object has been thrust into her stomach. That must have been the killing blow. But whatever they used to kill her, where'd they get it? There's something definitely... That's something I should look into later. Also, according to the file, Sayaka's right wrist is broken. Her wrist does look swollen and bloody, that's for sure. But there's something sort of glittery there on her wrist. Gold! Right there, where her wrist is all swollen, there's something glittery. That definitely concerns me. Another thing that concerns me is... Huh? There's some blood on her left index finger, but that's it. The palms of both her hands are totally spotless, so how come only her left finger? Fantastic. The stab wound in her stomach is what killed her, so when she broke her wrist, that must have happened earlier on. I mean, how would her wrist get broken after she already been killed? So it's very possible she broke her wrist during the struggle. The killer attacked Sayaka in the main room, which is when her wrist got broken. After that, the killer cornered her in the bathroom, where they inflicted the deadly wound. She broke her wrist cranking 90s in Fortnite? What the flip does cranking 90s mean? Excuse me? I guess that's pretty much it. I think I've did all my investigating. It looks like you found it, right, Makoto? The bloody numbers. That's most likely Sayaka's dying message. I've never seen something written in blood before. It really was her final message. It's as if she wrote it with life herself.
Right.
Do you often talk like an inspiring poet? Yes. But the number she wrote, what did they mean? 11037, I have no idea what that could possibly mean.
So...
The way she wrote the numbers make me think she wanted to use her body to block them. If she wrote them in that location while she was sitting the way we found her, it means she must have wrote them by turning only her hand toward the wall. If you were to write something in that position, do you know what the result would be? The result?
Well...
Think about it. You're not gonna tell me?
Makoto.
You need to uncover the mystery of this case yourself, otherwise the case will end and you'll remain unconvinced. I have no idea what you're trying to say, but it's obvious you're not going to tell me. Nice! I'm not being told anything. Chat, that is not a 1-1, that is an N. And you know what the N stands for? Noelle. And you know what Noelle stands for? The character from Deltarune. And you know what she did? Kill! It sounds like Kyoko knows what Sayaka's dying message means, but honestly, I have no idea. Oh, I know who I should talk to. When it comes to numbers, who better to ask than the ultimate programmer? There's one other thing I wanted to ask you about. Do you know how the door to your bathroom got broken? Broken? Oh, you mean how it gets stuck?
What?
Gets stuck? Yeah, I guess I'm the only one, but the door doesn't fit in the frame quite well. When I first tried to use it, I thought it was locked. But once you learn the trick, it opens no problem. Nice! The bathroom!
Correct.
So the door doesn't quite fit the frame, huh? Well, actually, I'm referring to the broken doorknob. The doorknob?
That's right.
You didn't notice? Well, just try closing the bathroom door. I'm sure you'll see right away what I'm talking about. I did what Kyoko said and shut the door. Huh? The doorknob? Wait, what? Do I have to search the doorknob now? What the heck? The doorknob's practically about to fall off. Why is it like this?
It would seem...
Someone must have used a screwdriver or something similar to unscrew it. Whatever it was, it's obvious that this was intentional. Wait, screwdriver? So it could be a boy because the toolbox, but also I have a toolbox. They must have used my screwdriver. What? It was intentional. Why would someone want to do that?
So...
I guess maybe they were trying to get the door unlocked and ending up breaking up the whole thing. But my bathroom doesn't have a lock on it. Only the girls' bathrooms can lock, right? Wait, girls... Wait a minute. The girls' So wait a minute. If someone tried to break it down because they thought the bathroom was locked, it has to be one of the girls that did it then. Because only their doors lock. She stood there for a while, lost in thought. But why would it say Leon upside down in that message though? Then apparently struck with a sudden realization, she shot a question at me.
Just a second.
I have just one more question for you. You mentioned earlier that your bathroom door would get stuck, right? Did you tell anyone about that? Oh, well, I did tell Sayaka about it last night when we switched rooms. So what you're saying is only you and Sayaka knew about it. Interesting. She had the slightest hint of a smirk on her face. I got the sense that she was really starting to get into all this.
I see.
Then that clears that up. What clears what up? I'm so lost.
Goodbye.
We'll see you later. Kyoko! As if forgetting I was ever even there, she just left the room. Nice! The doorknob's broken. I still don't really understand any of this, but I've already given my room a good once-over. Maybe I should look around somewhere else. I should start looking into where the murder weapon might have come from, and also, I should look into the DVD Sayaka got. With Sayaka dead, I can watch the video now. And on top of that, I'm sure there are other areas worth checking out too. Maybe I should see what everyone else thinks, if they'll even talk to me, that is.
By the way,
You know, I realized something while I was on guard duty. The killer could have already destroyed some metal. Oh, this is the same thing, gotcha. I thought they would talk about something else, so let's leave the room and check out some rooms. There's a knife in her. Clearly Chris Deltarune did this. Huh? This is definitely my room, but the nameplate has Sayaka's name on it. Huh? Did they swap them over? This is Sayaka's room, right? But the nameplate has my name on it. The nameplates in my room and Sayaka's room were switched? So all that effort I put into switching rooms without anyone knowing was totally pointless. But why would anyone do that? Huh. Can I go inside though? Okay, I can. That is odd. Who swapped them then? Who knew? So I guess I'll just look in the trash can like I always do. There can only be one thing in that can. Yep, the DVD with Sayaka's name on it. She got really upset after seeing whatever was in that video. I wonder, what did she see? It might not be directly related to the case, but it might be worth checking out anyway. I'm sorry, Sayaka, but I need to borrow this DVD. Oh boy, DVD got. I can't wait to see DVD. Leon. Something doesn't seem right. The Monokuma file said Sayaka was killed in your room. I just can't stop thinking about it. Could it be the nameplate? What about you, fanfic creator? Very strange. Mr. Naegi, what was Miss Maizono doing in your room? Let me just say this. I absolutely will not allow you to dispose of any evidence in the trash room. Do you really think I'm guilty? Well, since you said trash room, I love to dispose of evidence. Let's do that. I love disposing evidence in the green screen door. Trash. Welcome to my room. I can't even get this open anyway. Just let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh wait, can I open it with this? It looks like some kind of switch. I wonder what it does. Oh, it gives me a free coin. Never mind. The vent. There's a hatch on the floor. Gotcha, so I can't do that. Don't think I can even get in the first place. Oh, it's the end of the line. The trash room. This is where all the trash in the school eventually winds up. How do you get this gate open? No entry beyond this point. Only the person on cleaning duty is allowed in. Cleaning duty? No entry beyond this point. Only the person on cleaning duty is allowed in. Who's on cleaning duty?
You can't go any further.
He's just a bot. This is stupid. It'd be faster to go around and ask the others.
You can't go any further.
Shut up, Monokuma! Trash duty. Nice. Evidence unlocked. No. Don't shake the baby. No. Don't shake the baby. Anybody in the bathroom? Dang it, nobody's in the bathroom. I can't have manly bathroom chat with anybody. Manly girl chat, I guess? Nah, that's stupid. I can't do that. Wait, the laundry room. Have I checked this one before? I don't think I have. Laundry. Oh my goodness, why are there so many, like... Can I check every single dryer? It's a washing machine. Well, a washing machine. It's a washing machine. It's a washing machine. It's a washing machine. By the way, this is also a washing machine. Oh, this one has a free coin. Also, this is a washing machine. And that is a washing machine. Wow, people will be leaving their coins in the washing machine. Let's go. And that's also a washing machine. There's some magazines lying around. No help there. I could check the clothes. There's a swimsuit hanging out to dry. But it has nothing to do with what's going on. But I did find a free coin in there for no reason. Wait, what is this? Ah, vending machine, gotcha. Alright, so nobody's doing laundry. Nobody does laundry when somebody's dead? Like, really? This song, though, I know, it's so good. Why is the music slapping, though? I don't get it. Ooh. Hina, are you investigating the dining hall? Oh no, I'm just taking a break. Actually, I've been taking a break since we started. This is all a first for me, you know? I don't have the first clue what I should be doing. I know what you mean. And I don't know why, but being in the dining hall helps me keep calm. So I know I shouldn't, but I've just been kind of hanging around here. To tell the truth, I was doing the same thing last night when Sayaka was killed. Alright, check. I'm gonna be back in about 1 to 2, maybe 3 minutes. Gonna use the restroom real quick. enjoy the music while I'll be right back. Alrighty then, we should be back. Welcome back, everybody. Who's ready for more, dang, I killed somebody. Yeah, that's the name of the game. Dang, I really killed somebody, and it's really my fault, and I'm the guilty party. That's the full name of the game right there. I hope everybody's doing A-okay so far. Let's do some investigating, shall we? So I think the knife could have came from the kitchen. That's what I think. That's right, into the rectangle hole. Food. There's a lot of food over here. Yeah, look at the food. Doesn't it look scrumptious? It looks scrumdiddlyumptious. Look at that. Look at that beautiful food right there. I would definitely eat that and die because it's a JPEG. I'm eating JPEGs. There's a bunch of vegetables all piled up. I don't see anything noteworthy about any of them. There's money in the JPEGs. I love that there's money in the JPEGs. Oh. There are all kinds of kitchen knives here, big to small, but it looks like one of them is missing. Was it missing from the very beginning, or... I better see if anyone here knows more about it. It's the knife that was used to kill her. How come I figured that out? Come on, Nayegi. What the heck, Nayegi? Marbled meats, salted meats. Now's no time to be thinking about food. It's always time to be thinking about food. Come on. We all get hungry once in a while. Hina, 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 do you know anything? Hey, so did you notice that one of the knives is missing from the dining hall?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, weird, huh? I thought it was kind of strange, a knife just suddenly disappearing like that. Oh, so it wasn't missing from the beginning.
That's right.
Nope, last I remember, they were all lined up in a nice, neat row. So when did you notice one of them had disappeared? Well, I went to go get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah. In other words, you were right there in the dining hall when someone came and took it. Then you should be able to say for sure, you can tell everyone I didn't come to the dining hall last night. Which proves I didn't take it. Nice. Girl. Hey, by the way, did you really kill Sayaka? No, of course not. I would never. Hina, do you really think I murdered her?
I mean,
Well, she was killed in your room, right? So, I mean, you guys were supposed to be friends, right? But you still killed her. On the other hand, two people becoming good friends, then one killing the other, is a classic rom-com setup. So when you considered everything together, I honestly have no idea. Well, I got her account, so it's not me. It was somebody else who left, but it wasn't me. I didn't do anything. I'm a good boy. And good boys like me don't kill anybody. Because I'm good boy, not bad boy, okay? Huge difference. Who's in the classroom? Anybody in class? Nobody's in class? Bunch of boring losers not going to class? Come on. Mr. Monokuma, I want to talk to you. Dang it. I can't speak to Mr. Monokuma. Why not? Oh yeah, the AV room. We can watch a movie. I should be able to use this to see what's on the DVD. The DVD that Sayaka threw in the garbage. I sat down in front of the screen and put the DVD in the player. I pushed play and the screen was dark for a few seconds, but then... an image slowly appeared. It looked like some kind of concert. And standing on stage front and center was a face I recognized all too well. Sayaka. She was there along with all the friends she said she had been so important to her. She was positively glowing there in front of the crowd, so full of life. Seeing that image made it even harder to accept. Except that she was dead. My vision started to blur and darken, and then that voice I'd come to despise so much began to float out of the speakers.
Sayaka Maizono, the ultimate pop sensation, lead singer for a world-famous all-girl pop band. For these girls, the glowing spotlight only made them that much more beautiful.
But then what? Suddenly the screen went dark, and in the next moment, I saw something I could hardly believe. Oh. Oh! What the? Sayaka had disappeared from the stage, which was now in ruins. But what I noticed even more than that was the figures of the other girls who all simply collapsed.
This ultra-successful team suddenly fell apart. None of them will ever perform on stage again. None of them will ever feel the warmth of the spotlight. For Sayaka, there's simply nowhere for her to return to. So here's the billion-dollar question. What, oh what, could have caused the group to go to pieces?
Holy flip. Well, we're not gonna find out her answer at all, I guess. Without warning, the video cut off. What the heck? That wasn't real, right? They're a super famous pop group. Everyone knows who they are. Is he trying to say he was able to get to them? If that really happened, everyone in the outside world must be going crazy. What kind of person would take things this far? I mean, yeah, if she's dead and gone, then yeah, people are gonna go insane that their beloved Sayaka is gone. Cleaning duty, eh? As a matter of fact, Monokuma came and talked to me yesterday morning. Really? He probably realized I was basically in charge, so he decided to talk to me directly. The topic of convo was assigning cleaning duty. Oh, so you're on cleaning duty now?
That's wrong.
Actually, no. Then who is? Hifumi was also there when we had this conversation. He volunteered right away, so I let him have it. So he's on cleaning duty then.
Count on it.
Indeed, but we'll swap out on a weekly basis. I'm sure you'll be up before too long. And when that time comes, I'll be counting on you. Hifumi's on cleaning duty this week. Gotta bring that up. But first, it's time for gamble on the mono machine. Time to gamble. Let's do it. I like gambling. Gambling's cool. You know what? I'm gonna take my chances. Here we go. I only have a 6% of a repeat. This is new. It's a Game Gear thing. It's a video game. But either way, time for gamble, 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 gamble. That's new. What? What was that? It just shook a bit. I got small PJs? Okay. I almost have a 1 in 10 chance. A skull. I got a free skull, chat. Let's go. Oh, cool. I got all new items this time. Let's go. Machine just had an itch. That's all. I got a free snake. Wait, is that the snake, the string on the worm on a string thing? That's just a worm on a string. Hold on, I gotta check out these items though. Presents. So I got some potato chips. Ooh, thin potato slices in oil, especially with the oil. I love the oil. Tornico's pants? Oh, it's got the Lolita fashion. Got it. I know who would love that. Shears, already saw that before. The golden gun? Wait, is this a James Bond gun? The golden gun from GoldenEye? You can't even cock it. Now, why would you want the hungry caterpillar? As you pull it, it moves up and down, making it look alive. So it is the worm on a string. A skull card from Pure Rock Crystal. Is that from Indiana Jones in the Cave of the Crystal Stone or Skull or something? I forgot. I don't know what's called. The Fun Plane. What is that supposed to be? A switch? That looks like a switch, chat. It almost looks like a switch. Did they know about the switch before it actually came out? It looks like a switch. A vice. To grip and stabilize materials to shape and fix it. It looks like a Game Boy Advance. A green costume. It resembles a stereotypical dinosaur. Let's go. I want to wear that. Can I wear that? I want to wear green costume. I want to be Green Dino. What the heck? Let me be Green Dino. Okay, let's keep checking around. We could go there. Nurse's office is still closed. Maybe somebody's in the bathroom. Why is nobody in the bathroom? Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Ah, Fujisaki Chihiro. Hey, Chihiro, I was hoping I could ask you something.
Huh?
Oh, what is it? Before she died, Sayaka left a message. She wrote out the numbers 11037. Do you have any idea what these numbers might mean? Like, could they be a code or something? Sorry, no. Chihiro slowly shook her head. I'm sorry, I just don't know. Okay, well, don't worry about it. Thanks anyway for trying. Even she doesn't know. Or could she maybe know more than she's letting on? No, couldn't be. Or maybe. Oh, no way. I seriously don't want to die here. I'm begging. Oh. Okay, he's still saying the same thing. He's still shocked, chat. He's still shocked, praying to whatever god it is out there. I only pray to one thing, and that's the giant sloth in the sky, okay? That one day the giant sloth will crash down into the earth and destroy us all. It's just very, very slow. Like, the sloth is not going to hit the earth for like another 3 million years. Celeste. Hey, Celeste, do you know anything about this cleaning duty stuff?
Huh?
Cleaning duty? What is that? Honestly, I have no idea. Maybe you should ask Taka or someone else. Anyone but me, really. Wow, she really does not care. Imagine not caring, right? Imagine not caring at all. Oh yeah, we gotta go to the inn. I think there's still peeps up there I can talk with. So let's get back to the Spare Hotel. The Spare Hotel is the place where I wanna be. I checked the cafeteria. Oh, here's some peeps. Byakuga, can you tell me anything about cleaning duty? No.
Such.
You're like a child lost in the woods, you know that? A total waste of space. What do you mean? Saka's the one who has any interest in organizing things like that. Oh, good point. But I did talk to him. Leon? Leon?
Seems like...
Something doesn't seem right. The files say Sayaka was killed in your room. I just can't stop thinking about it. Oh wait, we already talked about that. Hifumi. I'm looking for whoever's on cleaning duty. Cleaning duty? As a matter of fact, that's me. Why do you ask? It just so happens Monokuma talked to me yesterday and asked me to take care of it. Without someone on cleaning duty, the school will be flooded with trash in no time. So I formally applied for the position. I was gonna start this morning, but after what happened, I haven't had a chance to get started. And since you're on cleaning duty, you can open the gate in front of the trash room? Of course! It's my job to gather up all the garbage and toss it in the room. And to do that, they gave me the key for the trash room gate. But we're supposed to rotate once a week, so eventually you'll be in charge.
Very strange.
Wait, hold on. You need a key to get into the room and only the person on cleaning duty has access to the key? What's the point of going to all that trouble? Why not just leave the trash room open all the time so we can all throw things out whenever we want? That does seem more convenient.
So in other words,
Actually. Anyone who kills a fellow student and becomes black will graduate unless they are discovered.
so that's it.
That must be why. If anyone could go in and out of the trash room whenever they wanted, then destroying evidence would be easy. The thrill would disappear and things would become boring. Boring?
Hey, listen.
Anyway, more important than that.
Hey, you bastard.
Hey, fatty, why do you want the cleaning duty gig anyway? I just decided to volunteer for something I knew no one else would want to do. What's the big deal?
You.
Liar, I know why you did it.
Is it?
You want to dig through all the girls' trash looking for, and poking around at it. What are you talking about? All my love is for 2D.
You know what I mean.
But there's all kinds of trash diggers like that. Maybe you'll get tired of 2D and then turn to... I will never get tired of 2D! After spending a significant amount of time comparing 2D and 3D, I voluntarily chose 2D. The only thing 3D is good for is to shower love and affection on 2D. Oh, and PCV figures. And Nendoroids, and plushies, and posters, and cosplayers.
Give me a break.
How are you not totally embarrassed to say stuff like that? If you're so worried about Hifumi's questionable morality, there's a very easy solution. Whenever a guy has cleaning duty, Sakura can accompany them from picking up the trash to disposing of it. What?
What?
If you're as innocent as you claim, where's the harm in it? That's not how it's supposed to... Anyway, on another topic, Hifumi, since you are on cleaning duty, I have a favor to ask you. What, so now you suddenly want to join my party? Sorry, but you haven't triggered that flag yet. Video game joke. I mean, you haven't helped me recover from a past trauma, or save a village, or beat a boss. No, nothing like that. I was just hoping to get into the trash room and look around. Oh, okay. So easy. Okay, I was expecting like a fetch quest or something, but I guess it was that easy. You'd like me to open the gate, wouldn't you? You know, when I look at it, it makes me think. They say he killed his wife. He learned how to get by on the inside, but he never stopped dreaming. Get busy living or get busy dying, he said. So him and Rita, they found themselves a way out. Whatever, just please hurry up. Okie dokie, leave it to me. He pulled the key out of his pocket and used it to flip the switch next to the gate, and then...
Mr. Naegi!
However, Mr. Naegi, surely you aren't planning to use the trash room to destroy evidence, are you? You fiend, you planned this all along. No, I just wanted to see if the actual killer had tried to destroy any evidence or not. But the actual killer is you, isn't it? You want to see if you left anything behind. Wait, maybe a parallel world? Whatever, let's keep looking. Obvious evidence. Wait, what? That's a huge trash can. Didn't I go to the middle? Why did it go to the trash can? Is that where we're supposed to put whatever trash we can't burn? Well, whatever it's for, it doesn't look like it's hiding any clues. Well, there's a clue. There was a coin. Yeah, why does it go there? I want to see what that little piece is. There we go. There's something on the ground in front of the incinerator. It looks like a burnt piece of something. It's clothes. A burnt piece, like a hunk of burning love? Anyway, it looks like a piece of cloth in the shape. It's a part of the sleeve from a button-up shirt. And now, that does not look like the battle pass. Look, that looks like the battle pass. And now that I look at it, there's definitely blood on the cuff, which means this is all that's left of some of the evidence the killer destroyed. But there are lots of people here with white button-up shirts. This isn't enough to figure out who the killer is. I do have to keep a look around for burnt pieces of cloth, I guess. There were shards of broken glass scattered around in front of the incinerator. It looks like it used to be some kind of glass ball, just about big enough to fit in the palm of your hand. Yeah, it's that. Do you know what this is? They say if you collect all 7 of This ain't Dragon Ball Z. Kidding aside, it's the kind of thing you might see on any big city street corner. Gaze into it and it will show you a glimpse of the future. Just like that Mina girl who was on that quest to find that one guy. Is he nothing but references? Yeah, I get what you're trying to say, but who did this ball belong to? There's only one person it could be. They should all still be in the gym. I better go find out for sure. A shattered glass ball. Let's keep looking around. This is the incinerator. It's way in the back part of the trash room. It's a good 30 feet from here to the gate. And it's on right now. Do you see the green and yellow buttons next to the mouth of the incinerator?
Yes, indeed.
It's a pretty simple setup. You press the green button to get it going and the yellow button to turn it off. And if you really want fun, break it. Sooner or later, you'll be on cleaning duty, so make sure you learn this before you leave, okay? Huh? Someone turned the incinerator on. Very strange. I'm quite certain it was off last time. Perhaps it was the work of a fairy. Hifumi, do you realize what you just said? Huh? The fairy? No, you said that last time you were here, the incinerator was off. About that, there can be no mistake. If I got one thing going for me, it's my memory.
I feel as if...
Oh. Yesterday, as soon as I was appointed, I came down to check the place out. It definitely wasn't on then. I haven't been back to the trash room since. And since I'm the only one who has a key to open the gate, it should be impossible for the incinerator to be on, and yet... So that means someone was able to switch it on without opening the gate. But how is that possible? Maybe the vent? It could be the vent. This whole thing is quite strange indeed. When I was here last, the incinerator was off, and those glass shards and burned clothes weren't. What does it all mean, Mr. Naegi? Will you be confessing soon? Why me? Everyone knows you did it. All the mysteries are being solved one by one. It sounds like he's living one of his comic book fantasies. That he is, that he is. Don't we all live in a fantasy? The green button turns it on and the yellow button turns it off. Or so it seems anyway. Alright, I gotta get out of here. Everybody's looking thin. So we should probably head to the gym next, shall we? By the way, chat, what's everybody up to at this point? Everybody just hanging around and chilling? Chilling? Like the villains you are? To the gym. To the gym right now. Here we go. To the gym. To the gym. To the gym we go. Ah, yes. You. Hey, Hero, can I ask you something? I gotta get out of here. Gotta get out now. I've had enough. Gotta break free. Hero, snap out of it. Makoto, what are you doing here? What? Hey, does this look familiar? That's my crystal ball. But it's all smashed. What the heck?
What the heck?
I only bought it because the guy said it was blessed. He said it was unbreakable. Is that a JoJo reference? Something unbreakable? So how did it break? Was it actually just made out of glass and not crystal? Did that guy totally dupe me? He said it belonged to the pillars of history. Genghis Khan, George Washington, Napoleon, Elon Musk. He said whoever controlled that crystal ball controlled the world. Was that seriously all BS? Let's put that aside for now. So you can say without a doubt that this belonged to you.
Um...
Yeah, that's mine for sure. I probably forgot it in the laundry room last night. Someone must have came by and snatched it. You left it in the laundry room? That means anyone could have found it and taken it. Thanks, Hero. That's all I wanted to know. Sure. By the way, I'm almost afraid to ask, but how much did you pay for that thing? Everything I saved up from fortune selling for 2 full years, all $10, came out to be like I really hope he means 1,000,000 yen, but even so, 1,000,000 yen is still a lot of money. 1,000,000? That's pretty cheap, actually. I mean, considering it gives you the power to control the world. That's just too stupid. I can't even feel bad for him. Oh. Ding dong, ding dong. Oh no, it's nighttime, isn't it? And when it's nighttime, things get sauce.
I'm getting tired of waiting. What say we just get started,
Wait, is it time for class trial already?
It's time for the long-awaited
We're doing this now.
class trial!
Oh. I was not...
Now then, allow me to
I was not
appoint a
expecting to be that
proper
soon,
location for
then.
the proceedings. Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school.
We're going to Monokuma room?
See
We're
you
going to the bear
soon.
room. The Berry Bear room. The red door on the first floor. That's where I should go. No, where I have to go. The mono room? Oh my goodness, that's great. Oh. Why is it sounding so weird now? You know what? I should probably save. And then we'll continue this right now. Let's go. Into the room because it's time. Oh. You're late, Makoto. We've all been waiting for you. I bet you were afraid you would be discovered as the murderer you are. Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Save that for the class trial. There we can all reveal the details of Makoto's crime. So they really are convinced I did it, but... I didn't do it. Me and Sayaka both know that all too well. But then, who is the imposter? Oh boy. The one who murdered Sayaka. Is it really one of us? Chat, I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Is everyone here? Okay then. Please board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom, where all your fates will be decided.
Mia Fey, where are you? I need your ghost right now. Where's the ghost of Mia Fey?
I'll meet you all down there. I'll be waiting.
Oh boy, chat, are you ready? Is everybody ready, chat?
What?
So whoever stuck us here even took the time to set up a gosh dang courtroom, huh?
Impossible.
Dang, we gotta go through with this class trial thing, huh? If you want to confess, I guess now's the time to do it. I'm telling you, I didn't do it, I said in my thoughts.
Hey,
There's no point in standing around here. Settle your resolve and step into the future. Let's get started. Straight to the point. Understandable, Kyoko. Relax, I haven't decided 100. Maybe, wait, what? I haven't decided 100. Wait, 100 what? I haven't decided 100 and it just goes to Naegi thinking about leaning that way. 100 what? 100
I'm sorry.
nuts? Sorry, in the end, I wasn't able to do any looking around or anything. Is this really how Sayaka will want us to find out who killed her? Just 100, I guess, yeah.
What the heck?
I can't help but wonder what whoever killed Sayaka is feeling right now. Celeste? Well, did you find anything that might actually prove your innocence? Celeste is looking at me like, you're going to die. Being so insistent, even though you obviously killed her. Very impressive. Leon?
you know what I mean.
Well, I did my job. I'm counting on the rest of you from here on out. So the school basement has become the darkened stage. We're all here to bear witness to Mr. Naegi's final curtain call. My goodness. Well then, the time has finally come. Are you ready? Well, we talked to everybody. I thought we can learn something new. Everybody is just set on killing me. All right, it's time. I guess I have no choice but to get on this elevator.
Well then.
Let us begin.
Yes.
Good idea.
Hey,
Are you scared? No, scared isn't quite right.
hold on.
I said it before, but it's up to you to uncover the mystery surrounding this case yourself. If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth. I need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death. I didn't need someone else to tell me to do that. In Sayaka's honor, I swear I'll find out who the real killer is. As I raised my voice to try and give myself courage, I turned, trembling with anticipation toward the elevator. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. Everyone else was already on the elevator. When I finally stepped on, the doors closed and the elevator started to crash. We all died. The steel box descended with heavy clunking sounds towards the basement. I wonder if this is how a death row inmate feels when his time finally comes. Rather than that, is it not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment? Oblivious to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school. The bowels. Whoa. This is what it looks like? Wow. You finally arrived. What do you think? Doesn't it feel just like a real courtroom? It's like a Hollywood movie set, right? Not even close, it's total crap.
Well now.
Okay, everyone. Find your assigned seats and sit down. Hurry up now, hurry up. We did what he said and found our seats. And some are Wait. Oh no. We have to stare at their pictures all the time. Oh no. The seats were arranged in a giant circle. It was set up so that everyone could see everyone else, which also meant it'd be easy for anyone to transfer their attention and unease to anyone else. The air seemed to grow heavy as we sat there. Oh, and so the curtain of our first case opened. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly game. My goodness, that guy is round. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly clash trial. He is round. Wow, that was... Oh, pre-trial prep? So I can open up these things. The game is lagging right now. Wow, the frame rate is dropping right now. Set skills? Do I have any skills? Robot Jock increases your truth bullet rate of fire, effective during the non-stop debate and bullet time battle final strike. I did get some skills. Melodious voice increases damage to the opponent when it's damage. Effective during the bullet time battle. I guess I'll equip these skills right now. All right, let's. Now is when the actual game gets started. Set your skills, look over your evidence if you need. Also, nice frame rate, by the way. I know, right? Why is the game freaking out here? The game was running perfectly up until this point. Look at this. Look at this. Why is the game lagging in the menu? Oh, goodness. So yeah, so everything I know, we got the evidence of a struggle, the sword, the sheath, switching the rooms, the toolkit. Apparently the males don't know, the males didn't use them apparently, but fully modeled 3D environment, 2D menu over 2D background. When the Switch can't handle a mobile port. That's the thing, it's a mobile port. The Switch can't handle this. All right, I think I'm ready. Also, let's get out of here. Oh my goodness, why is it lagging there? Watch it, look at that, running perfectly now. Look at that, it's running perfectly now.
Begin with a basic explanation of
The game is running perfectly now.
Your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one...
Also, I'm really glad that I put my webcam on this side. Otherwise, I'd be blocking Monokuma's face, and you, chat, would be thinking that I'm Monokuma. But I keep telling you I'm not.
Then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Oh wait, I'm Naegi.
Of course.
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes.
Oh, he is
Whoever did
shaking.
it, raise your hand.
This part is fully voiced. Say what? So I don't have to talk much, thank goodness.
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
I'm everybody. Hey Joker, how you doing? Welcome to the class trial.
Question real quick.
What's up, Kyoko?
What's going on with those pictures?
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they
Every game has a
died.
fantastic dub as well.
Friendship
I
penetrates
gotcha.
Even death's barrier.
So yeah, the sad thing is that the further we go along in this game, we're going to be seeing more and more pictures. So each trial is going to be way more depressing than the last.
Friendship penetrates.
Okay, but what about that other empty seat?
Oh wait, there is an empty
There
seat.
were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people.
They're gonna be like, bring in the hidden student, the student who's been hiding in the vents this whole time, the vented.
Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get
You're not
ready
too
to
great.
get
Well, I hope this
started.
stream helps you out even a little bit.
First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
So if this is fully voiced, am I just watching an anime right now? It's about to begin, the debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about anything. Because this isn't just about me. Everyone's lives are on the line. Your first non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Oh wait, the narrator speaking to me? Sure. As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, characters will speak one after another without pause. I almost read it as without any puns. I don't know why. It's up to you to unearth any lies or contradictions buried within their statements. What this means is that you have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Any relevant truth bullets you found during your investigation will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the left stick to aim and then fire with the X button. Pay close attention to each character's statements and use your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so please be careful. If you press the plus button, I can review the controls. Alright, good luck and have fun, don't die. Everybody's so thin. Oh my goodness, evidence of a
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
Wait, what am I supposed to do?
You know that part already.
I'm just...
And the murder
Evidence of the struggle. Do I have to like refute with this bullet now?
In the bathroom.
Yeah, there was a bathroom.
So it seems most likely that
I'm
the
trying...
killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom.
Nope, I'll truth bullet there.
Chance to resist.
Wait, it didn't work there? Oh, wait, was it... Something's off about what was just said. Because if Sayaka hadn't resisted at all, there's no explanation for what happened to my room. But this is first debate. We like to take a quick sidebar. If you're unable to spot and refute someone's lies or contradictions, the argument will repeat. Oh, well... Ah, I can only shoot the yellow. Okay, that represents a potential hole in a person's statement, a possible weak spot. These weak spots reveal information, though not always inaccurate. Sections of a person's statement. Gotcha. Okay, got it. Only when it's actually wrong. And I can fast forward would be, okay, got it.
I assert that the one who was murdered.
You know that. And the
Wait, the
murder
font looks so weird. What was the font in the OG version? In the bathroom.
The killer must have taken
So
her
I
by
should
surprise
shoot
and even
here.
to resist.
There. Wait, what?
I assert that the
Oh,
one who
was I
was
supposed to
murdered-
shoot the yellow text?
In the bathroom.
I was supposed to shoot the yellow text, aren't I? Let me try that again.
She didn't even have a chance to resist.
There we go. Oh my goodness, this is freaking crazy. Chad, hold on a second. Oh, wait, that's actually
Just a
pause.
second, Chihiro.
Oh my
I don't
goodness.
remember how my room.
What the heck? That the transition was just crazy. There was like so much going on, and bam, and then the screen moves, and it's like, what the heck? That's just overwhelming right there.
With the way things had been damaged,
Holy flip, so I get it
think we
now.
definitely assumed there was a struggle.
I like this. It's like Ace Attorney, but not really.
Between who and who?
You never shoot someone's words and shatter the fabric of reality?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom?
Oh, no,
must
she
have been
wasn't.
attacked in the main room first. Then she ran to the
By the way,
bathroom to
chat,
try and hide.
this music? Let's go.
The killer followed
Why is this
her in,
music
and that's
bopping
when
so
she-
hard?
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Sorry.
Okay, so what's next?
Right bumper turns on auto scroll text if I want it.
Next is the subject
There
of
we
the
go.
murder weapon.
Wow.
That actually helps out a lot. Thank you, Relic.
Trial.
I should do it only for the voice text, I guess. We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka. Oh my goodness, every time it spins around. Oh my goodness, I'm liking this. I am liking this. Kitchen knife set. Let's go. I am liking this.
Kill her.
Or some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach.
So I gotta shoot the yellow.
That is the murder weapon.
Stop shaking,
So the killer
Ishimaru.
used some random knife they had on him.
Some random knife. Do I use it there?
How could anyone do something like
Well,
that? Son of
that
a
ain't.
bitch.
I missed it. Okay, I got it now. Okay, I got it. I got it this time. Let's just go back to it.
Some kind of sharp up without a doubt.
Bet so the killer used
Some random knife. It wasn't some random knife. Counter. Stop breaking reality.
No. I do think it was a
Oh my
knife.
goodness, reality is
just any
breaking
knife.
apart.
I'm almost positive.
By
it
the way,
was a
chat,
kitchen
was the audio a-okay when all of that was happening?
A kitchen knife?
I'm just making sure that I'm still hurt after all
We
that.
discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
This is fun.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort
This
of
is
see the
actually
weapon
pretty
sticking out
fun,
of
but
the
I'm pretty sure
stomach.
it'll get harder later on, though.
And if you look
It's
real
still
close,
easy right now because I'm
totally see
pretty
that
sure I
being
have to
kitchen
choose my
knife.
own bullet and then go at the right time, right?
Okay,
But right
so
now,
the
they're
murder
just
weapon
giving
was
me
a
the
kitchen
bullet.
knife, but where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
That's right.
The face is shaking so much.
Scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
Counter.
Hold on a second.
My face is
Let's
shaking.
draw our conclusions after we presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
That is true. Wait, chat.
talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
Hold on, I got an idea. You know what I should do for a channel point reward? I don't know if I can actually do this, but I should make it a reward that if somebody redeems it, my face shakes like in Danganronpa, so you just see my camera going, I should try doing that.
I'm sure if we keep at it, something new
The
will reveal
Danganronpa effect.
You really believe that?
I mean, I have to defend myself because they think I did it. There's gotta be a breakthrough somewhere just waiting for us to find it. Because I know dang well I'm not the killer. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Yes, I would like to hear more. You can concentrate by holding the R button. While you're concentrating, time will slow down so you can pay close attention to what everyone's saying. On top of that, it'll study your aim. The focus gauge will recover over time, so I just can't waste my gauge. I don't have an infinite gauge. But here we go.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Let me try focusing. Oh, the star has got it.
You did it in secret.
That's a lie! Counter! Reality!
Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't
Oh my
take the
goodness,
knife from
chat.
the
The
kitchen.
music is so good. Why is the music so good?
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right?
The music is so
Go
freaking
ahead. Say it all you want.
good.
Well, what if I have a witness?
Focusing as I'm shooting is like
What do
aimbot.
you think, Hina?
I am an aimbot. Didn't you know? I'm a bot. I'm not a real sloth. I'm a bot. So of course, I always didn't see me go into the kitchen. The knives were there when she got her tea. She drank it. The knife was gone, but I wasn't there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
There we go. I didn't take the knife.
No, he definitely wasn't there.
Thank you, Asahina.
The
Thank
knife
you.
disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall. But I wasn't there the
Sorry,
entire
chat. I'm gonna
time.
be dancing a lot.
In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Let's go, Makoto.
Okay, then what
Oh.
about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together and lying to protect each other?
What reason would that be?
Idiot swimmer girl! Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer.
Thank you, Monokuma.
Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
Danganronpa's on phone too. That is true. Remember, the Switch is based on the phone ports, and apparently the Switch can't run everything.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
By the way, who wants to work with me on a murder? Anybody in chat want to work with me on a murder? Just to let you know, if you work with me on a murder, I'm throwing you under the bus. You'll take all the blame, and I'll be all the free.
But what if they did work together and they just didn't know about the rule?
Good grief.
Thank you, Blazing
Isn't it
Nice.
already?
Really, you too,
No,
thank you.
okay. There are no accomplices in this case.
All right, so only one person did it, no accomplices.
Did I say that out loud?
Ooh. Monokuma said a secret weak weight,
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife,
but I did take a chicken and it was delicious.
so I'm not the killer.
By the way, chat, so speaking about the kitchen and whatnot, I keep thinking about getting an air fryer. I really want to get an air fryer. Like, I really want to get an air fryer. I want to fry things in an air fryer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
Then take an air fryer? Oh, sure, I'll just go to the store and take one. Clearly, you're going to get an air fryer soon. How so? Who's gonna give me? I want to fry the air. That's exactly right, Rodrigo. You just see me in the stream like, here's the air fryer. The air is crispy and fried.
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall. No way! I swear it wasn't me!
The thing is, I can cook leftovers and it will make them crispy. Like, instead of using the microwave to heat up your pizza, you put it in the air fryer and the pizza will be mwah, delicious.
Sure.
And also chicken tendies. I'm gonna fry up a lot of chicken tendies.
I can.
That's right! Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
And if you saw Sakura, you're gonna end up dead.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Yeah, that's Sakura right there.
Right.
But then
You don't mess with
couldn't either
Sakura.
One of them have grabbed the knife.
Actually, no. Because, well,
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over.
So is Sakura the friend everybody needs? Sakura's like your bodyguard, like the best bodyguard friend you can ask for.
Which means, We have airtight alibis.
You
All right.
stay over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
Hey, Sakura's awesome. Don't mess with
We're not
Sakura.
allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms, but it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room. So I don't think that's a problem.
I mean, we found that out last time, except for Sayaka and Makoto. I didn't go so well.
It is a problem. A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome.
You see, he understands. He understands. It's unwholesome. What's next? A boy and a girl holding hands, talking about their feelings and goals?
But I'm a girl.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
You are?
Oh,
my
wait.
gosh,
Is this
I'm
game
so
basically
sorry.
people mistaking Sakura as a boy instead of a girl?
But if it wasn't either of
The first
you,
time I saw
then what other
Sakura, I was like,
possibility is
yeah,
there?
that's a girl. I can probably tell.
Actually, there
I pretty
is
much
one
can
other
tell.
possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I mean,
One
unless
other
the game,
person did
unless
come to the
later on
dining hall
Sakura's
while
gonna
we
be
were
like,
there.
I was kidding, I've been a boy this whole time, then that's pretty much wrong.
Why didn't
That's
you say
really
so in the first
wrong.
place?
Well, because they're not here anymore.
Someone who's not here? Are you talking about?
Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
Sayaka? Okay, so the person who took the kitchen knife from the kitchen was Monokuma. So it has to be Sayaka?
Then, Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual.
Oh, they're like Sayaka was sus.
She came into the dining
Sayaka
hall.
was sus
She didn't
Yaka.
even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen.
Yeah, didn't you say the meme has spoilers? She said it has mild spoilers. And also, are you just gonna keep telling me to check Discord, I guess? I'm just trying to play a game.
Drink of water.
I want to play a
Most
game.
likely.
I want to play a game. I like playing video
The
games.
was the victim herself.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
I mean, yes, but no.
See? He did do it after all.
No, you're wrong.
Right now I'm playing this for the first time, fandom, and I am loving this. This is amazing. I'm just focused on this right now.
The argument and send us all off in the wrong direction? Terrifying tact.
Dang, if I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer. wouldn't
Thank you,
say?
Kyoko. Somebody understands.
Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something
What
was
does
missing from the scene
bewildering
of the crime
mean?
That by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
My first Hangman's Gambit is about to be Hangman's Gambit? As things advance further in the class trial, the Hangman's Gambit will eventually take place. The point of this is to reveal an important phrase related to the incident in question. I have to deduce the phrase from the letters flying around and the letters already known. So wait, it's Hangman. Complete the phrase by shooting down the flying letters in the right order? This is literally Hangman. If you shoot down the wrong letters, I'll suffer damage to my influence gauge. Oh, okay, got it. Something that should have been at the scene but wasn't. That must be the crucial point. If we can't just figure out what that something is. Nope, it's Hangman's Gambit. Okay. The he? Let's see. Not H-I, H-R-I. Oh! Oh, that's how I do it. Hair! Oh my goodness! I broke reality. I found out about hair.
Right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
Oh my goodness, there's so much going on.
So,
What's hair?
Removed some
I don't know. What is hair?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the
That was a
hair
weird game of
gone
Hangman,
was
though.
to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there. That makes sense, does it not?
No.
So is there gonna be a Hangman's Gambit where the word is like this long? Oh yeah, for the next Hangman's Gambit, you need to figure out how to spell this 20-letter word. You don't have any hints. Good luck.
Yes, very true, very
I have to spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious like in one try.
Hey, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's
Holy
owner
heck.
and the killer are one and the same.
This is such a bop, though.
Makoto isn't the culprit?
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka
Ah,
was
yes,
attacked in the main
the
room
bathroom.
first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
The killer struggled getting into the bathroom, and the evidence that proves it is the object the killer broke. Oh, that's pretty... They really give us like 6 minutes to decide on an item? The bathroom doorknob, of course.
I got it!
Take that!
Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
By the way, fandom, I just saw what you posted in the memes thing, and it's a ProZD video. I know about ProZD. Hey, friendly local geek, thank you for the resub. I appreciate it. Thank you. How you doing, though?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
Thank you.
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
Oh my goodness, Automod, you gotta stop doing that.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the
Automod
door
just
in his
doesn't
own
like
room?
anything.
But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
Welcome back, Firebrand. Okay, like what, fandom?
You still don't see?
Are you just telling me to drop everything and watch it right now?
Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first, but is that the key point here? There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Also, fandom, I'm just gonna say, if it doesn't make me chuckle at least once, I will ban you after the stream. Anyway, from here on out, the number of weak spots will start going up, but no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in that debate. What I'm trying to say is, not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Oh, so here's where the real game starts. I can't lower my trust with everybody. Remember, chat, you all trust me, right? My influence gauge is up the top, right? I have to rely on my own logic. Engage the brain muscle. What muscle? I have no muscle. Oh boy. Bathroom door frame, let's go.
The incident took place in Makoto's room.
Yeah, everything seemed easy.
In the main room.
Yes, okay, that's true so far.
Then the killer ran after her, and they got into the bathroom. At that point, the killer had it.
Bust down to... Okay, that's true so far. Oh! Nope! It can't lock, because boys' bathrooms don't lock. Brick reality.
The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, The girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
Yes. Yes. Now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
There we go.
What are you talking about? My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can
Sayaka
be.
got doinked.
But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right?
Oh.
But to have such a cruddy door.
Well, I didn't make the door though.
That's not lucky at all.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart
So
the
wait,
doorknob to get in.
why are you saying that's wrong? Wait, was that really
But
wrong?
then why would the killer even
But wait, that's
think
what
the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene
Oh
of
no,
the
that's
crime.
wrong is what Makoto says. Oh, got it. Oh, the way it was said, I thought that was to me. I was like, wait, did I actually get that wrong? But the game is progressing. The killer was convinced the bathroom door was locked. It's funny Danganronpa meme. Oh, like pancakes. I gotcha now. So they didn't know that the door couldn't actually be locked. In other words, the important detail about the scene of the crime that they didn't know was the crime took place in my room.
The killer must not have realized that it was
Hey,
my
Grassy.
room.
How you doing?
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was?
So the thing is, if the person actually thought, like, you know, they thought it was the girl's room, it's like they used the tool, so it's like,
He's absolutely right.
who could it be? Who could it be?
Well, to be more specific,
So during this whole thing, am I supposed to figure out who actually did it, or will we know who actually did it later on in the case?
what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom.
Oh yeah, I let a lot of people die. I'm a horrible player. I let everybody die.
Then there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to
By the way,
break through.
chat, another thing. So do the case trials only work the one whole way? Like, there's no extra days, right? Like in Phoenix Wright, there was like multiple days for a trial. Does the whole trial take place in one go?
So they had no idea how unnecessary
They're one
their
session.
actions
Wow.
were.
That's really different than Phoenix Wright.
Ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply
Wow.
by accident.
That's
But
insane.
The killer must have been
Let's
considerably
go.
confused. No idea how they actually got the door opened.
But I'm actually liking this game, chat. You know, I'm actually liking this. I'm glad I went for the flippin' collection.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time.
We're gonna have
trying
so
to
much
break down a door
fun when
that
we get
wasn't
through these
locked.
games.
Definitely
Oh, there's
something I wouldn't
intermissions
do,
in the other games.
since I would have
Gotcha.
known exactly why it wasn't
Let's
opening,
go!
That is a definite possibility.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Makoto couldn't have done it.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
Oh, yeah!
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
So the killer thing... So the thing is, the nameplates were swapped, and it said Sayaka's room. So that person knows that there was a... They thought it was a girl's room. Because somehow the nameplates were swapped after we switched rooms. So I thought it was a woman who killed her, because the woman knows that the woman's doors are locked. They didn't try opening the door.
Well, why don't we just
But the
vote
thing
right
is, they
now?
might have used the
Majority
tool.
rules.
So it could have been a male student who did it. So it's like,
Majority rules?
it could be a
really think
male
that's a good
student
idea?
then. But there's also the numbers behind Sayaka's body. When you flip it around, it says Leon. So it's like, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, our next
I gotta
on the
keep
line
going.
Here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions?
Wait, a
It does
demo?
not matter how trivial they
Wait,
may
what do you mean
seem.
demos? What demo? You mean like game demos or something?
As a matter of fact, I do have
What are you talking
one
about, chat?
question. Oh, you don't gotta sound so disappointed.
Hey, don't talk about Hina like that.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering.
Oh, there were
Culprit
demos with
came to
exclusive
Makoto's room in the
cases.
first place.
Oh, so they're like filler cases in a way, or like, you know, fun cases. I don't know. I don't know how would you call it.
How did the killer get inside?
The killer vented. Hold on, chat. Since the killer vented, we need to play this. Where is it? Here it is. There we go.
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up.
You'll explain the
That's
demo to me
possible,
when we
right?
get to the third game in a year. So, chat, here's how it's gonna go. So, after we get through Danganronpa 1, we will go to Great Ace Attorney 2. Then after that, we will go to Danganronpa V2. And then we'll move on to the Phoenix Wright 3DS games. And then we'll move on to V3. How about that? So one game after another, so we don't get burned out.
I don't think
Will that
so.
work for everybody?
Seems way too convenient.
I hope that works for everybody.
Then maybe someone picked the lock?
And of course, I will be streaming these games twice a week as much as I can. So you'll be seeing double the Danganronpa a week, double the Ace Attorney a week, as much as I can if it fits in with the work schedule I'm working right now, alright?
If you remember,
So just to let you know, chat.
the locks are all unpickable.
So chat, just let me let you know, next week's schedule, I'm only streaming twice next week. Next Saturday and Sunday only. But those days will be Danganronpa days. So if you're waiting for more Danganronpa, that'll be next weekend.
How about this? The killer
When am I gonna play the AA spin-offs then? Who cares about the spin-offs?
could have not
I played
said
Phoenix
they
Wright
wanted to
versus,
talk or
you know,
something,
the
and
Professor
Miss
Layton. That's
Maizono
enough.
just
What,
let
you
him
want me to
in.
play the Edgeworth game? Oh my goodness, the Miles Edgeworth Ace Investigations game, the game that people love, where I play as
Oh,
Edgeworthy.
Trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place. Hello?
Miles per hour
What
Edgeworth.
Exactly, can't that be it?
Because she asked me to do something in particular because of how frightened she was, that's the answer right there. There's no way Sayaka let someone in because... Let's see. Because we switched the rooms, I could say that. There's nothing else that can help with that besides... Yeah. So I'm going to use the switching rooms.
I got
We
it!
swapped the rooms.
Because Sayaka was already scared, remember?
Clearly, I don't own an air
That's why
fryer.
she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
Friendly local geek, will you give me your air fryer, please? Can I have your air fryer? I really want an air fryer. The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Really? Her being scared is a lie?
Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still
Joker, you
deny
don't
the
have to worry about
possibility?
that. We'll get there when we get there, but right now there's still a lot of games. If you want me to get to the spin-offs, maybe in 2023 I'll get there. Maybe. There's something I want to talk to you about, just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Sayaka? Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room.
I
Oh.
found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil.
How the heck did Kyoko know how to do that, this freaking detective girl?
And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows.
What the heck? That's a twist?
And you're right. It can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words.
I was not gonna switch him, Joker.
When I
Calm
saw that, I was
down.
like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes.
So wait, in this way, Makoto is the defense attorney and Kyoko's like the prosecutor, am I right?
Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's
But wait, I
room,
checked the notepad and nobody used it.
which means only
Kyoko's
someone who had
Edgeworth?
been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was
Oh.
Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms.
So yeah,
for a
with the
single
same
night.
goal.
So, Makoto,
Kyoko's
Did you
Maya?
like
No,
it?
Sayaka's Maya. By the way, it's still the first freaking thing, the first chapter, like the beginning, like tutorial chapter. This game is amazing so far. Why did it take me this long to actually play this? What the heck, chat? What the heck?
No,
I'm
didn't.
having so much fun with this game. Have you ever seen me smile this much in a game?
Of course you didn't. Because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Then that note, Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
By the way, chat, you know what would be a funny image? A funny image is that you see everybody from Danganronpa in the class trial, but then there's also Edgeworth and Phoenix right in there too. So somehow, Phoenix and Edgeworth just ended up in the wrong trial, but they're still there fighting each other. That'd be funny.
You got an invitation.
And
like
Goku's
that
in there
from
too,
the
of course.
ultimate pop sensation. What young man could resist?
And somehow Sans got in there too. How about that?
I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
He threw me with a freaking fire right there. Yes, 2D only for me and not for you.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say? Very well then. Pay attention.
I will pay attention to last. Oh, here we go. I freaking love this transition, the spinning around and everything. I love it. Let's go. Dorm nameplates.
Which rooms, correct?
That's correct.
In the note, the place they were asked to come to. It specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in.
Wait, hold on. No, wait. They were switched. They were swapped. Break reality.
The nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
No, you're wrong.
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on
I know I keep
Sayaka's
saying this,
room
chat, but the
actually has
music is on
Makoto's name.
point. The music is on point. Every time they do that room spinning around thing, it's like, yes, yes, play that music for me, please. I love it.
And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was
I need the
staying in
soundtrack immediately.
was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other.
Oh yeah,
Switching the
Celeste has a
nameplates would
weird
be no
has a
problem.
different accent. She says she's Japanese, but
And the one who switched
I
the
don't
names
believe it.
was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right?
by the way,
Makoto?
chat, so are the other Danganronpa soundtracks also as amazing? I need to hear your honest opinion.
Right?
Please tell me they get better.
Okay, then who did it?
None of these characters have a Japanese accent anyway. By the way, Rillick, can I ask one question about you? So I want to know what is the Moai emote about? I see that Moai emote everywhere. What does that mean? There's only one person who could have switched nameplates. The only other person who knew we had switched rooms. Me, Sayaka. I'm gonna say the killer. The killer had to be the one to switch nameplates. Oh, wait, that was wrong right there. They had no idea they were actually in your room, right? Oh, flip. I just embarrassed myself in front of everyone. Ah! There's only one person. Sayaka? Okay, there we go.
Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms.
Okay, I just thought the killer somehow knew,
So
but
the only other person besides
it's
me
true.
who
How would they
even to
know?
switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
So Moai is just funny. Okay, it's just funny. I thought there was like a reason. There's something I want to talk to you about, just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates and make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
She specifically tells the reader to
Moai,
check
very
the
funny.
She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been
It is
switched.
very funny though.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
By the way, if you're not following, please do for more streams like this. All your support would be very grateful. Thank you very much.
What?
That's right. I'm selling out in the middle of a class trial. Is there something wrong with that?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why
would anyone do that?
Could the message be
To understand
forged?
that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
Probably whoever she invited over.
By the way, chat, are you enjoying the anime episode? Who's enjoying this anime episode?
We figured it out! We know who did it!
Oh?
Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
But who got
Still don't know
invited?
who it is, you goddamn idiot.
For once, I agree with Mondo.
Sayaka fought with your killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
She invited Edgeworth? Then Edgeworth killed
We
her?
just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
I can't believe Edgeworth's the murderer. I can't believe it.
There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
The Steel Samurai sword.
What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break
By the way,
Sayaka's
chat, I'm
right
addicted to
wrist.
freaking lemonade. I don't know why. Lemonade be good.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
The reason I know Sayaka's wrist was broken with the fake sword is because when you look at her wrist, there's no doubt. When you look at her wrist, there's no doubt. Am I just supposed to... Am I just supposed to present the wrist, or is there something else I'm supposed to present? When you look at her wrist, yeah, there's a bruise on it. I'll present it.
I got it!
Oh, okay.
All
Cool.
you have to do is take a good look at her broken
Oh,
wrist.
that seemed pretty...
And it should become pretty clear.
I just thought that was... I thought that seemed pretty, like, easy. I thought it was, like, too easy that I had to, like, think about it, so...
Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there.
Because Phoenix Wright does the same thing, and it makes me think outside the box. I get it wrong. I start freaking out for about 10 minutes. The chat tells me I'm stupid, and I say, yes, I am, so let's quit the stream.
Is that gold?
No, it's mustard.
It sure is. Specifically,
The chat keeps telling me it's
gold coating
mustard.
from the replica sword. You
The
barely
sword
have
that
to
spouts
touch that
mustard.
stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword, right there on her wrist!
And this is why people love Taka, right?
All right, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
Oh, whatever, Haga. You didn't do much. What happened in my room? And what led to Sayaka's death? That's what we need to make it clear to use that phrase. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Sure, let's hear more. Are you getting used to these? How about it, chat? How do you feel about non-stop debates? Do you like them? Wow, you guys don't like debates that much? Okay. Starting with the next debate, I'll start loading multiple truth what? Multiple truth bullets. But just like with the weak spots, only one of those bullets can actually refute the proper statement. In other words, from here on out, I have to combine the right truth. Oh no! If I come up with the wrong combo, I'll take damage. Oh boy. This is insane. Fewer bullets will be loaded. For our purposes, this time the logic difficulty will be set to mean. Say what? Why are you gonna be mean? The game's being mean to me. Hold on, chat. Hold on, it's 5 in time.
When the fighting broke out,
I just have to do that.
grab the sword.
So replica sword, the sheath, and the kitchen knife sets.
Sword-based sneak attack.
Sword-based sneak attack. Okay, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Broken is my zoner's wrist.
Because that sounds true.
So she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden in her leg.
Okay, I don't see anything wrong with that so far.
Havoc put traps in her too.
And they still don't get
And that's exactly what happened.
Is that pretty much it right there? If the person with the sword really did attack first, there's no explanation for how a certain part of the sword got damaged.
When the fighting broke out,
So I should probably...
Culprit grabbed the sword.
Cobra grabbed the sword.
That's when the first blow was dealt. Sword-based sneak attack.
Oh wait, do I... No, I can't do anything. The sword did take damage. But it's like, I'm just trying to figure out when exactly. The kitchen knife part sounds right. So do I use the sword or the sheath? I think I should use my sword. Cobra grabbed the sword, and the first blow was dealt. Oh wait.
Sneak attack.
It should... The sheath?
No, it's wrong.
It might be the sheath.
Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
It's the sheath, because the thing is, it landed on the floor too, because it was in there, so... Yeah, the sword was too easy. The sword was a trick. It was the sheath. It was the sheath.
Why not?
Because the sword sheath had been scratched.
There we... Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, sorry, the music is really bopping.
See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Like the knife.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Can the creator of the music stop, please? Like, it's too much. It's so
Stop
great.
jumping ahead. Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the
that's what we found out.
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did
It might have been you.
begin?
What is a sheath? It's the thing that covers the sword. The sword is in the sheath. They take it out of the sheath. It's a protective case for the sword.
Kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
The thing is, Sayaka grabbed the knife so she wouldn't die. She feels like somebody was going to kill her, and she died.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
By the way, chat, I know many of you were ready to be like, "No, you're wrong, Pixel," when I was about to choose the sword, but then I thought about it a little more. You were about to say, "No, you're wrong."
Attacked first. I think I get it. So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening. So she grabbed the sword to defend herself. But then the culprit took that from her too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
What?
Really,
How the hell do you
Hiyoko?
not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
The part of her body that shows she never used the sword. If you wanted to use a sword, which part of your body would have to touch it? Her broken palms. Her palms?
You're talking about her palms, right?
So wait, yeah, because if she used it, she would have gold on her palms, right?
The palms of her hands were perfectly
Yeah, so there's no gold on it,
So I
just
don't
on the
think she ever
wrist where she
picked up
got
the sword.
hit. She got hit there, that's why there's gold there, and not on the palmy palms.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe she washed her hands after she had escaped into the bathroom.
Who washed their hands when they're about to die?
But I don't think so.
It's like, oh no, I'm about to die, but hold on. Shh, shh.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
You're not even ugly in the slightest.
No, that's not it at all.
Nobody's ugly. There's no way Sayaka washed the gold coating off her hands because there's a certain regulation that talks about what happens to the bathrooms at night. She's afraid of water. Also, the water's off. But still, like, water's scary.
I got it! According to the Monokuma file,
I'm scared of
Sayaka's time
water.
death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime.
Oh, I love
the water in
that.
the bathroom shuts off at nighttime.
Anybody else
right?
scared of water? Please raise your hand.
I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower
Ew.
Oh,
And I see why he loves 2D anime waifus, I guess.
You're no different. You smell like a big, fat, ugly donkey.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
Hold the laugh tracks. The laugh tracks make this so much better.
So anyway, Sayaka never touched the sword, and that means the killer is the only one who used the sword. But
Oh, goodness.
that's right. And the one who damaged the sheep with the kitchen knife was...
Moist. The one who damaged the sheep would have had to been the one without the sword. The one who damaged the sheep would have to have been the one. The one without the sword. Who damaged the sheaf? If it wasn't Sayaka, if Sayaka didn't have the sheaf, could it be Sayaka herself?
Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
Could it be that she was trying to kill?
But we already said that the attack started with...
Because Sayaka didn't have the sheaf. So if she didn't have the sheaf, the roles were reversed.
The person with the knife
She had the
attacked
knife.
first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Me, I did it. I killed her.
Sayaka?
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if
She wanted to get out as soon as she could. That's what happened. Could it be that she was gonna use me as a scapegoat because I'm like, I'll do anything for you, Sayaka-sama. And then she would throw me under the bus.
She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation,
Indeed. These are all the actions.
I'll do anything for you, Sayaka. Please die. Okay.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms.
She was gonna throw me under the bus, I bet.
The reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility.
Sayaka's a jerk!
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come
Holy
to Makoto's room where she was
flip.
staying. And by committing the murder there...
You can't trust
instead of
anybody
killing
here.
her,
What the heck?
with Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
Trust no one. I can't trust anybody. I can't even trust chat.
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
And I wouldn't.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of...
Oh, is it because they know I'm, SIMPing on her?
I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of
Wait,
us,
I
she
can't
asked
do.
him to
Can I
switch
say the word or not? Can I say the SIMP word or not anymore? I don't know. I don't think I can still say it.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national...
Alright, we'll use shrimp from now on. It's because I've been shrimping. It's because Makoto was shrimping on Sayaka. She was shrimping on her.
You're saying she had this all...
Just say shrimp.
Holy shit!
Holy shrimp!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself...
What's going on, my
under
fellow
attack in
shrimps?
turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of
Oh,
the one
goodness.
she planned
I
to
love it.
murder.
I love it.
Just hold on! That can't be true! Because...
because... Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument.
We can't derail.
You're being super boring right now.
Oh.
Hurry up and decide who did
We're
it.
boring Monokuma, so what, if he's super bored, do we all just die?
Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you
Oh.
all just because you ran out of time?
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
I'm bored, die.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery.
Just me? Not everybody else is not gonna help
If we
me?
can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Is it really all over? Obviously, I'm committed to finding out who killed her, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left. Make your argument. Makoto, figure everything out. Dying message. Just because I'm the main character.
Decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
Wait, is that...
Very well. Then let's review all the clues we've found up to this point one more time.
Do I just...
Die! Die!
Oh, die.
Do something! We're all gonna die!
There's still one clue left, I'm sure of it. So, okay, so I guess I'll just use this anywhere.
Decide, but there just aren't any more clues, right?
Very well. Then let's review all the clues we've found.
Oh, then I'll just... Oh, wait, this one's just pretty easy, isn't it? So wait, what's the point of this then if it's just that easy? So, just here.
No, it's wrong.
No, he's wrong!
There still might be one
It's-
clue left.
I don't know,
Sayaka's dying message.
It seemed... I don't know.
Dining. Wait, what did you say?
Dining message?
The dying message. She wrote something.
I
on the
love a
wall
dining
behind her,
message.
Remember? 11037. Written in her own blood. There must be a clue about the killer hidden in there.
Well, before we get too
Aw.
far into that, I need to ask.
The funny numbers on the back of a credit card. Remember, chat, if you give them to me, I'll make sure they're fine.
Can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
There's no question that Sayaka wrote that message, and I can prove it. Was it the... Hey, Macarena, ha! Left index finger? Yeah, it has to be the finger.
God! Her left index finger had blood.
Oh yeah,
on
I
it.
do like that the blood is colored. I do like that though.
It could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still, what the heck do those numbers mean? 11037?
So if we use the letters, if we go from 0, then 0 is A and 1 is B. So it would be BBA, BBAD. That makes no sense.
Hey, Chihiro, you're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
I'm pretty sure if you flip it over, it's the friggin' Maya message. It's the Maya message from Phoenix Wright. You just flip it over and you'll be like, what? That's pretty much how you want me to freak out, right, chat?
No, that's not... Yes,
just want me
I'm
to
a
freak out.
programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
If you flip the numbers around, chat, you get the word pixel. I don't know what that means, but I'm pretty sure I'm not the killer.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What?
Mondo still doesn't know what's going on.
Look at the numbers, assuming they're not
Hey,
numbers.
Neo Ball, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Coming up with a cool emote like that, though. Oh, wait, that's your emote. Nice.
First two, 1-1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter.
So, chat, if you realize that is not a 1-1, that is an N. If you flip the name around, you get Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil 4. So, literally, the guy from Resident Evil 4 did it.
Ah, you're right.
I'm doing all right, Neo Ball. I'm just playing Danganronpa for the first time, and I am absolutely loving it. Or Leon from Pokemon. Leon from Pokemon, you're right.
Now, you could also
But yeah, Neoball, what brings you here to the stream tonight?
Whoa, you might have finally just said something worth a shit.
It's Noelle. Noelle did it. I mean, unless we bring the Deltarune fandom in here, there's a Noelle there.
But even if that really is an N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
Ah, gotcha. Well, Neo, you're more than welcome to stick around as much as you like. I am a variety streamer, but I will be streaming Danganronpa. I'm doing this in between Great Ace Attorney 1 and 2, so it's like, heck, this is a great game. How did Leon Kennedy come all the way here? He got lost. He thought Ashley was here. It's no use. I just don't know.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
There's the smart girl. Huh? Rotate it? I think maybe if I rotate the message. Oh my goodness.
Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Oh my gosh.
You just shot past the blue card and right onto who did
Oh
it.
my goodness, the way they just say these things is like, oh my goodness, if you flip it over, this game is funny.
So, whose name did she write?
Sayaka's dying message reveals the real killer's name. If you turn her message 180 degrees, it should become crystal clear. Select someone. It could be the dead girl. Junko, she did it. It could be Sakura or Mondo. It's who is 11037? Why can't I choose Monokuma? Chat, it'd be hilarious if I could choose Monokuma. Oh my goodness! Could it be Leon?
The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees. If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N.
Oh my goodness! It says Leol.
L-E-O-N, or more accurately, Leon.
What the hell are you talking about?
No way, it
just
was
a
one
coincidence.
through.
It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
No.
I can't believe 11037. Chat, oh my
She wrote that
goodness.
message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it.
You sense my satire?
In that
It's just
position,
that
she
it's
couldn't
just
read
like the
right
Phoenix
normally.
Wright case
She
where you
had
see
to write
Maya's
upside
name,
down
right? It's like if you
everywhere.
flip it over, it says Maya. Oh my goodness,
And as a
it's
result,
Maya,
when
but
you
it's not
look at
really
it standing
Maya.
in front of her, it ends up getting flipped.
So chat, the way we do it is that we have to flip the entire room over. We flip the entire building, and then we see the name, and then flip it back before Monokuma kills us.
Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me.
He's kind of freaking out right now.
You can't just go and say shit like that.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Wait, did he?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
The evidence that Leon tried to get rid of is that thing I found in the ground in front of the incinerator, right? The burnt shirt piece.
I got it! You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
As the killer stabbed Sayaka.
Joker,
they must have
no,
gotten
not
some
flip
of her
it
blood on
around, flip it 180 degrees.
And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
Also, if you were the killer, how could you leave that away? Like, don't you just look everywhere for any, like, burnt shirt pieces? You're like, you know what? Nobody's gonna figure that out.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
He's freaking out right now.
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
Sakura is the word of wisdom, though.
Yeah, I mean...
Alright, see ya,
Leon's not
Joker.
the
Thanks for
only
coming.
one wearing a white button-up.
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine. With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
And Kyoko's not gonna tell me any of them.
Yeah, I think so.
Kyoko's like, I know everything, but Makoto, it's up to you to figure out. If you get it wrong, we all die. Lol. The burned remains of this button-up shirt, which the killer wasn't able to get rid of. There's something about it we need to pay attention to in order to figure out who's responsible. When it was disposed, how it was disposed, where it was disposed of. I'm gonna say when it was disposed. Oh, that's not it. The time it was destroyed, it was after. Do you really have evidence that proves what time it was destroyed? Well, I'm embarrassed. Okay, let me rethink this again. How it was disposed of. Through Incinerator.
Closely at how the shirt was disposed of. We should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the
Imagine
trash
being
room,
embarrassed.
right?
I know. Imagine chat saying facepalm like I'm an idiot.
And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either.
But the thing is, in front of the gate, there is a vent.
You need the key to get in.
There is the
and
vent
the
at the
key was
front.
the person on cleaning duty. So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
Interesting.
Imagine being embarrassed while trying to prove yourself not guilty of murder. No, that's wrong. There was another way to use the incinerator without being the one on cleaning duty. Is that right? And that's exactly what proves that Leon is the real killer. Oh, here we go. Let the room spin around. Shattered crystal ball. Let's go.
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
The thing is what about the shattered
You
ball?
have to get close to the incinerator in order to destroy the evidence.
Oh, wait a second.
Which means the only possible suspect is
Oh,
whoever
did that
had
not
the
work?
trash room key.
Or was I too late?
Okay, so
Wait, was I too late? I was too late. I was too late. I was too late. I thought I missed my phrase.
So the only one person
Here we go. No, you're wrong.
Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose
Oh
of the
my
evidence
goodness.
without using the trash
That
room
was
key.
amazing. I missed by a couple
But if you
frames.
can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly
The
turn
thing
on
is, the way the ball was
incinerator.
destroyed, it's like, it seems like you had to roll it pretty hard or toss it to try to throw it in there and failed.
Yes, you could. If you used this.
So it's like ball. You wrap the clothes around the ball. You use the weight of the ball to throw the thing far. The ball shattered, but the clothes got
What
inside.
is it, some kind of glass ball?
I mean, that's my theory.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball.
No, you're... Yeah, if you don't want your reality broken, make sure you're not wrong in front of Makoto. If you're wrong in front of Makoto, your reality is about to be ripped apart.
How would you use it?
The killer had to use the glass ball in a certain way, which was... divine with it? Throw it.
God! The killer simply took aim at the incinerator switch and
Or
threw
that,
the ball
basically.
through a gap in the gate.
Okay, so that makes more sense than wrapping the clothes around the ball and throwing it that way. I was on the right path, though.
And the incinerator would come to life.
Someone threw that through a gap in the gate.
And the one who did that is a baseball star, someone who can throw things really far and fast.
Remember what you said before, Kikumi?
Huh? Someone turned the incinerator on. Very strange. I'm quite certain it was off last time I was down here. Perhaps it was the work of a fairy. Fairy our parents!
Kikumi had the key. So the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they got in the incinerator
My goodness, the
going,
music in this
all he
game.
had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer
What a
had been
piece
on
of
cleaning
shirt!
duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Wait, no, just hold on.
Leon's been
Distance from the gate to
caught.
The incinerator has to be at least
30 feet, right?
That's right, Chihiro.
With accuracy, you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do that?
That's right. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Unless you're a, you know, the ultimate baseball star.
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is...
It wouldn't have been much of a challenge at all for the killer because ultimate fanfic creator did it. That's right. He wrote his fan fiction and the gates opened up to life.
I got it! Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
Pretty much. I sound really stupid, but I'm right though.
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
You can't be serious.
I think we... Isn't that right, 11037?
I'm not the killer!
Oh.
These goddamn shipper-brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you!
Oh, is he having a breakdown? He's breaking down.
Okay then. Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear.
Why do I gotta do it? You do it, Kyoko. I'm not saying a thing anymore. I quit. And then I die.
We can end this.
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered. And the truth has been revealed. Now here's what happened.
Blazing Ice, your battery's about to die? Well, stop watching me. The closing argument is about to begin. Absolutely. Every case has one last element to bring the class trial to an end. This is the closing argument. In this phase, you will give a complete summary of the case. You have to reproduce the flow of events for the case in the form of a comic book. Yay! However, you'll notice that in the comic, there are a number of pieces missing. It's up to me to complete the comic using the truth panels. And if I take aim at a missing section and press the A button, holy cow, you might get a hint that might lead to a breakthrough. Good luck and have fun. By the way, people died. Have fun, though. I am having a lot of fun. Oh, whoa. I have 20 minutes to figure this out? What the hey? This is insane. So wow, there's so many pieces to do. So I'm gonna use this here. So Killer was at the, so Killer got, no wait, no, not that. So the Killer got in and Sayaka had the knife. Sayaka, no, oh wait, is it going right to left? Oh, I'm reading it wrong. So yes, the Killer was at the door. Killer was right there. It was right to, oh my goodness, I was reading this in the comic, it's supposed to be a manga. It's a flippin' manga. Okay, I got you now. So, Killer noticed Sayaka. Sayaka tried to swipe. But let's see. Try to swipe. Hold on, I think I can find near the end though. Oh wait, this one's easy. So at the end, the piece of shirt was burned off, I believe, as the Killer walks away. Holy heck, the manga stuff is amazing though. I absolutely love this. So over here, he found the lint roller and started picking up all the hair, I believe. Oh, poor Sayaka though. So she got stabbed. So I believe after that, she wrote the message and then died. She wrote the message. So over here, Act 2, she bursts into the bathroom. He can't open it. It's locked. And then he tries to open it with the screwdriver, and then he gets in. Over here, he tries to swipe her with the sword, and the sword falls down from her hand. The sword goes down. Oh, so she tries to swipe at the guy. He picks up the sword. She tries to attack again, and he blocks with the sword. Over here at the Incinerator, Oh yeah, over here at the incinerator, he throws the shirt into the incinerator. He has the ball, the crystal ball in his hand, which he uses to toss. Oh wait, was that it? Oh wait, maybe there? So he sees the sword, and then he blocks with the sword. Okay, so from what I see is that the killer tried to get in. Sayaka noticed. Not all the panels will be used. Okay, I got it now. So Sayaka, so I think this is it. I'm pretty sure. So will it be told? Will all this be told once I press reenact? Like, I don't have to explain all this right now, right? Will it be all retold if I get it correctly? Okay, let's do it. Let's reenact.
Here's exactly what happened. I think I'd better take one more look back at the case from the beginning.
Ah, this is cool.
Last night, the killer went to
Chat,
the room
what the heck? This is cool.
My room. From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them. She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from
He tried to do Zaburudo. Oh my goodness, that is so
But then something
cool.
happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt
A
though.
strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist.
Oh wait. Wait, what? That wasn't right? So I guess it's just this one? I thought the sword dropped.
The killer is you! During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist.
Okay, that's what happened.
And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife.
It was a trick. I guess I got tricked.
Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked.
But
and
it's
ran
pretty
into
cool
the
that
bathroom.
we continue where we left off. I do like that. Like, we don't restart. We continue where we left off.
The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it. Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing. So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife, and stabbed Sayaka.
Sayaka!
But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message.
11037.
To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind
Some of the panels are dupes. Oh, you're right. It was a dupe. Now that I looked at it again, it was a dupe. I got tricked so bad.
And with that, all her strength was gone. With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence. First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood.
Shirtless.
Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there. Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt. He tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator gate, but the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator. So they came up with a plan to use Hero's crystal ball, which he'd left in the laundry room. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch. For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw, but the killer had the confidence to take a shot.
To get the ball through the gate, like, that is some
And
confidence.
that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star. The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life.
And then it burned the entire school down.
Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed. Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator.
That's you when you walk while laughing to yourself.
The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence.
Whoa, what? Space battle! Bada ba boom!
Isn't that right, Leon?
Shattered! Complete!
It would appear that Hero simply forgot his
AKA
crystal ball in the laundry room.
11037.
You went there to try and wash the blood out of your
AKA
shirt,
Noel.
and that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
I did all the work. No, you didn't, Kyoko.
Do I object? Hell yes, I object. Of course I do. I object, I object, I object!
Objection overruled.
I mean, all of this is just a bunch of stupid theories. You need evidence. Where's the evidence? Without evidence, it's all bullshit. It's bullshit, and I refuse to acknowledge it.
Well then, I
Bullshrimp?
guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it.
Makoto, do it.
Makoto,
I know it!
you're in possession of that evidence?
Makoto, you got it, right? I have the evidence? My first bullet time battle? Bullet time battle? What is this? Sometimes during a class trial, your opponent simply won't want to hear what you have to say. When this happens, you will engage them in a head-to-head battle. We like to refer this as bullet time battle, aka the BTB PTW. They get way better in 2 and V3. Cool. This part is tricky. During the BTB, you want to destroy your opponent's statements in time with the rhythm. Match your button presses with each tempo marker as they move across the screen and reach the center. So it's a rhythm game. Press the A button to lock onto the opponent's statement. Destroy the statement you locked onto with the X button as the tempo marker reaches the center. Use this method to deal damage to your opponent. If you can't pull this off, you'll be the one in pain. How come he has more health than me? Do this consecutively, you'll start a combo. I mean, I play Rhythm Heaven. I love Rhythm Heaven. I can play this. If I keep missing, I'll get a tempo down situation. When the tempo changes, so does the timing, so watch out for that. Final strike. Deal enough damage to your opponent and their weak spot statement will appear. At that point, you can press the X button to shoot it down with a truth bullet. Hi, Nathan. Hold A to lock onto multiple phrases. Press X on rhythm to break them. Got it. But just like before, okay, got it. Good luck and have fun. Okay, there's a lot of things going on in this game.
When the killer removed the screws from the doorknob, they didn't use anything.
Let's do it, chat. Let's do it.
Instead, they must have used something that belonged to them.
Oh, thank you, Exy. Thank you, Nathan Exy. They used something off their own to remove the screws. Could have been...
I refuse to acknowledge you. You're stupid. Stupid.
You're stupid.
Stupid.
Chat, I feel offended. I have to show evidence that Leon is the killer. I need to figure it out. Bullet time battle! It's disco time. Let's go.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance.
So like this?
It wasn't me. Stupid.
Oh.
You lied. Shut up. You kidding me? Not a chance.
Oh.
You lied. Here's your proof. You kidding me?
Oh, I get it.
Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lied. Shut up. You kidding me? Not a chance.
Final strike.
Where's your
This should prove it.
I almost lost, didn't I? I did it though! Yay!
Screws on the bathroom doorknob.
I thought it was like a bunch of A and then X, but there we go. I got it now. I got it. Thank you, chat. I won though. I won.
I wonder what kind of tool the killer used.
I got it though. I got it. You saw that tempo I got.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
I wasn't paying attention to the help. I thought I was gonna go like A. I was waiting for the X to show up, but no, I'm the one that's supposed to. I'm supposed to press the X.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Thank you, Taka.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one anymore.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Stupid had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid, 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 stupid!
That's not gonna help you. That makes you more sus.
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Huh? And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
Show us the receipts.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Oh.
Stupid.
Oh. Man, what are you talking about? These drugs don't even be hitting. Oh.
So, you have no rebuttal?
Then it would seem we are finished here.
When the drugs taste you too late. These edibles ain't. Oh. B? But B stands for bad. Oh, I got an A. Yay, I did it. I got an A. Is A the highest?
Looks like you've reached.
Is A the highest, or is there an S tier?
To cast our votes?
I passed the test. I almost failed. I just read it wrong. I just read it wrong, chat. I read that tutorial wrong.
You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection.
Oh boy.
Just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right? Okay, then let's get excited!
It's time to vote the sus one out. Let's go!
Who will be chosen as the
But no worries, chat. I got it next time. I got it next time.
Or the dreadfully wrong one. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
And then the bees come out. Bzzz. He just loves bees. Monokuma is just stuffed with bees. What the flip is this? The Monokuma voting system? Woo! Uh-oh, looks like you got it right on the money. The black, and in this case, the one that killed Sayaka, was none other than Leah Kuwata. The edibles. Leon, it's a bad time to take your edibles, man. Hold on a second. Leon, did you really kill Sayaka? I don't believe it.
You son of a bitch.
Son of a shrimp, what the hell is wrong with you?
I
didn't have a... Oh, they're talking. Oh, it was kill or be killed.
So that's why.
I killed her first.
None of you are any different!
One wrong step and you'd be the one standing here. It was complete chance that I wound up like this.
I was just unlucky. That's all.
Hey, come on!
You expect me to just accept my death? Everything's become clear. The decision we made was right after all. But when I think about that, honestly, I'd be better off if we've been wrong. Because if what we came up with really is the truth, then that truth is that Sayaka was trying to frame me. But even if that's true, I can't say she was wrong. I was shrimping for her. After all, the mastermind, it's all because of that video. Even I couldn't handle what I saw in there. If I was her and the video actually had something to do with me, I can't even imagine. Now that we're trapped here with no way out, they're probably waiting for me. I can't afford to be stuck in here. The one thing that was more important to her than anything else, her dreams, her friends. To have to see something like that happen to them, and Sayaka. I did whatever it took to reach that dream. I mean it, even some things that weren't so pleasant, like become a Twitch streamer. And that's why Sayaka, for the friends that meant so much to her, that's why she betrayed me. So when she said, no matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side. She was lying to me from the very beginning. She was using me. Is that why she talked to me in the first place? I guess I'll never know. Because there's nothing I can do to ask her what she was thinking. And then she becomes Mia Fey, becomes a spirit, and then, you know, invades a body, and then they change into her, and I'm like, oh my goodness, you are the best assistant ever. Once you're dead, that's that. Boy howdy, the entertainment industry must sure be terrifying, huh? I mean, to try and kill someone just because of those relationships. She seems so nice and lovely on the outside, but inside, she descended into pure madness. What did you say? I understand, really I do, yup. You're in utter despair thanks to Sayaka's betrayal, right? Compassion, intimacy, love, stuffing. The stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair when they collapse. Never forget that Monokuma popped up in between us in a classroom talking about stuffing and flagpoles. Stop screwing with us, this is all your fault. Sayaka being forced to do something like that, all of it, everything, it's all your fault. Suddenly in a frenzy, I lunged at Monokuma, but...
That's enough.
Kyoko. As angry as I was, Kyoko latched onto my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron, strong enough I was sure it will leave a bruise. I'm losing blood in that arm. Ah!
Calm down.
If you really want to make her enemies pay for what they've done, you need to let it go for now. Let it go. Dang it. Ah, that was a close one. I thought for sure you were going to give me a good walloping. Just barely avoided punishment, you did.
Yes, indeed.
Now then, since you so magnificently revealed the identity of the killer during the class trial, the Black and Leah Kuwata will receive his punishment.
Punishment?
Yeah.
You mean execution? Wait a second!
I didn't have a choice. I had to kill her.
Yeah, that's it.
I was just protecting myself in the heat of the moment. It was self-defense.
Is that okay?
How exactly was it self-defense? When you forced your way into the bathroom, did you or did you not use your very own toolkit? After she shut herself in the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back to your own room. Then you came all the way back, broke into the bathroom and killed her. Am I wrong?
Do you understand?
You had any number of chances to stop what you were doing, but you chose not to. Is it not because you had an unclouded intent to commit murder?
So, that's
No,
why...
that's not... Stop it. I've had enough of this. Oh, are you sure? You were closer to her than anyone, were you not? He killed your precious Sayaka, do you understand? I can't say Leon is solely to blame. Of course I don't plan on blaming Sayaka either, because the one to blame is him. So what? If it weren't for you, this would never have happened to Sayaka or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in this situation, the mastermind. Uh-oh, did you awaken to your sense of justice? Well, it just so happens that there's nothing more unethical than an unwavering sense of justice. After all, it's people with that sort of mentality that perpetuate war all over the world. Is that the kind of justice that's awakened within you? Just shut up! Okay, well, anyway, more importantly, let's hurry up and get to what everyone's been waiting for, the punishment.
I'm begging you, please, don't do this!
No more begging, no more excuses. You must pay the penalty for breaking the rules. Society demands it.
Stop, please!
Oh boy.
I prepared a very special punishment.
No! No!
What I think of the reveal? It was pretty crazy. I thought it was somebody else, but all the points led to Leon. But it's also the name. The name. It's punishment time! Leon has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is when the animation. Oh. Whoa. He's going to the. Oh no. Wait, he's going. Is he? Is that a machine gun? Oh, the 1000 blow? Oh, God. And Monokuma's there too. Oh. What a way to go. Jesus, got her. The presentation though is insane. $1,000 baseballs to the body, to death. What we saw was not poggers. Hey, Caleb. That was the true face of despair. I mean, if we can't call it that, what else could we call it?
Extreme!
Woohoo, extreme! Man, my adrenaline is pumping red out of control. That's right, Ray. That was not a PogChat moment. I can't take this anymore. Do we really have to keep doing this? I just can't take it. Well, hey, if you don't like it, all you gotta do is swear to cut all ties with the outside world and accept living here forever. But that's only if every single one of you can get on board with that.
Damn you!
Why the frig are you doing all this evil crap to us?
What the heck?
Evil? You make it sound like I'm some dark, awful secret society type of guy. Or in this case, a dark, awful secret society type of bear.
Well...
So why are you putting an upstanding young citizen like me through such a grueling ordeal?
Hey!
It seems like you're trying to use common sense to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. That's like trying to put a mile on a scale. I don't think it's possible. Hey, I don't think what you're saying and what I'm saying quite fit together. You piece of crap, I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna pound you to the ground. You must really hate me to get so angry, huh? But if you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. What happened, happened because more than one of you decided you wanted to get out, right? No matter how much time passes, you can't cut free of your regrets from the outside world. You're to blame. Of course we can't cut free from the outside world. Being trapped in this insane place. You're trapped, are you? Well, I'm sure once you learn all the mysteries of this school, your thinking will change for sure. You'll think, boy, isn't it so wonderful how we all get to live here forever? What are you trying to say?
Hey.
I feel like there's some deeper meaning hidden in there, just like before. Anyway, let's get to the blackened punishment. That's what everyone is waiting for after all.
Hey.
When you say everyone, who exactly are you referring to? Wait, is there a chance this is being live streamed or like... Sorry, I said everything I've got to say. I need to save some of the fun for later. I mean, I know I'm streaming this, so basically in this case, I am Monokuma. Oh no, I'm Monokuma. And just like that, he was gone. He left us there, overwhelmed by a nightmare turned reality. Wow. And that was the first chapter. Even after he was gone, we stood there forever, unable to move. Actually, no. It wasn't that long, I think. Everyone just lost their sense of time. We were all too scared. Scared of being alone. No one even tried to speak. Their faces were stone, their voices dead. But it was in that moment.
Just a second.
Makoto, can I talk to you for a second? She moved in close and whispered into my ear.
Makoto.
Before we head back, there's something I want to talk to you about. It's about Sayaka, isn't it? I'm surprised you figured it out.
Listen.
I told you before the class trial started, you had to figure out the mystery of this case yourself. You wanted me to realize how Sayaka betrayed me by myself, didn't you? The thought never even crossed my mind. I feel like such a fool becoming such an easy target like that.
It's true.
Sayaka meant to double-cross you. That's a fact that you can never change. But even till the very end, she wasn't sure of her decision. That's why, as she lay dying, she was thinking of you. She was thinking of me? You just can't say something like that. I mean, there's no way you can know that. Only Sayaka would know for sure, and we can't ask her now.
However,
even if you can't ask her, you can infer it, don't you think? Her final thought was how she could protect you. What?
So...
The fact that she used her last ounce of energy to leave her dying message proves it. If she didn't care what happened to you, she never would have left that message. Well, maybe she wanted to get back at the person who killed her.
Certainly.
That's certainly one possibility. But I don't think that's what it was.
Anyway...
She was uncertain. She wasn't sure she could kill someone or deceive you, which is why her plan failed. Her hesitation attracted failure.
Right.
It's almost ironic when you think about it. Why are you telling me all this? Because you're the kind of person who can overcome this. Because you can move past the deaths of your friends Sayaka and Leon and keep moving forward.
Correct.
Without someone like that, the others would never be able to break free of such a desperate situation. Move past their deaths? I could never do that. Why are you telling me this? Because you're the main character, dude. I'm going to carry them with me the rest of my life. How could I possibly move past something like that? Leon, Sayaka, I'll carry them with me forever. I'll carry the memories with me wherever I go. So instead of forgetting them, you're choosing the hard road. Well, I have high expectations for you. As she said that, she revealed the smallest smile.
Hey.
By the way, I have to admit, I'm curious. How did you know I wanted to talk to you about Sayaka? Oh, well... I'm psychic.
What?
Huh? Lol, I just have pretty good intuition. Chapter 1 complete. Holy flip, what a chapter. And now there's 12 students remaining. What a chapter, to be continued next time. Cool, we got Monokuma's bat. This is what was used to kill him. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed that. Let me tell you, this first chapter was crazy, but I'm sure the other chapters are going to be way more insane. But the music, the characters, the writing, it has been fantastic. Of course, everything I had to do was insane. Oh my goodness, like all the freaking spinning around, the transitions, all that stuff breaking. No, you're wrong. Like, this game is absolutely insane. All the other chapters are great except 3, but we don't talk about 3. Okay. I mean, we're gonna be there and everybody's gonna be like, oh, Pixel 3 is the worst. But either way, next week, I'll only be streaming twice next week. Next Saturday and Sunday, but those days will be Danganronpa days. So you'll get double the Danganronpa. Just saying, this entire series has Turnabout Big Top Syndrome. Not Big Top! Not the Big Top! Oh boy. Well, either way, I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. If you haven't followed my channel, please do for more streams like this. I'll be back with another Danganronpa stream next Saturday. I hope I appreciate your patience, but we will be back in Danganronpa real soon. But of course, I'll catch you then. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. I do upload every day on my YouTube channel. Feel free to check that out. Join the Discord if you like. And I'll catch you all next time. Until then, bye-bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. And I hope you enjoyed the punishment time. And now your punishment time is to wait until Saturday for the next stream. Bye.